Marco has struggled a bit in this series. He is 1 for 7. A fly ball to the outfield, medium deep, would tie the game for Utah Valley. The pitch, a swing and a ground ball, base hit up the middle. Howell comes in to score, and we are tied 1-1. And that was a hard hit ball. A low liner as Eastburn takes second, and the Wolverines cash in. And hopefully that gets Marco going. So here's Payson Hayes, runners on first and second. What a big time answer for the Wolverines after falling behind in the first inning to come back and tie it. They are still threatening, though. 2 men on, just 1 man out. Roach set. Here it comes to Hayes, and he tries to check his swing. He does not, though. Goes around on a breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 0-1.
And really, Jordan, when you take a look at it, that's exactly what made last night's win, I think, so important and probably meaningful for this Utah Valley team, is every time New Mexico State found a way to get something going, Utah Valley found a way to respond, and especially when the Aggies fought all the way back to take a late lead, and the Wolverines, instead of saying, hey, you know, this is kind of the way things have gone, they found a way to get it done.
The pitch to Hayes is swung on and missed. That looked like a curveball on the inner half, and Hayes falls behind 0-2. Mick Matson is on deck. Marco at first. Eastburn at second. 3 singles in this first inning for Utah Valley. Roach laboring. The 0-2 pitch coming to Hayes. Here it is. A swing and a miss at a breaking ball down low. And Hayes is gone for the second out of this inning. He did not look good in that at bat, as Roach did not even show him a fastball. All breaking stuff low in the zone. So here is Mick Matson, last night's hero. He tied the game in the 8th inning with a solo shot over the right field wall, and then he won it in the 9th with a walk-off base hit. First and second, 2 outs, 1-1 our score. The pitch to Matson, a fastball on the inside corner, strike 1, and Hayes from the dugout's going, geez, why didn't I see that pitch? I could have hammered that one. I saw 3 breaking balls at my ankles. Matson, that home run last night, his first collegiate home run. What a night for the freshman, one that he'll remember forever. The 0-1 pitch to him here. A check swing roller past the mound. Charging is the shortstop Ortiz. He has it. A sidearm throw to first. A nice play by Ortiz to get.
State number 26, the catcher, Jason Bush.
1-1 as we begin the second inning. Ramsey back out on the mound for the Wolverines. A first pitch fastball misses up high to Jason Bush. Ball 1. Utah Valley answers with a run of their own after falling behind in the top of the first. There's a strike at the belt, and it's 1-1 to Jason Bush, the junior getting his first start of this series. He has started 13 games this year, hitting .288. He swings and misses, and it's 1-2. A breaking ball low in the zone. It'll be Bush right now, then Head, then Ortiz. 8, 9, and 1 in the Aggie order. A curveball misses high and away, and it's 2-2. Ramsey retired the first 2 batters he faced in the first inning, and then he kind of lost it for a moment. He walked a batter, gave up a single, and then hit 2 batters. He was able to get out of the bases loaded jam, giving up just the 1 run. A foul high and off to the left. 2-2 the count. This is not only just the first start, but the first time we've seen Bush in this series. Another foul off to the left. Another breaking ball from Ramsey. The count remains at 2-2. 1-1 our score. Base is empty. Top of the second inning. The 2-2. Fastball comes up and in, and it's 3-2. Ramsey needs to throw a strike here. He does not want to walk the leadoff man. 3-2 pitch. Inside. Ball 4. A fastball missed. And he walks Bush. So right away, Ramsey back into his stretch. And here is Head.
Number 16, right fielder,
Daniel Head is a junior. He's had just 19 at-bats this season. Just 4 hits. And this is, we've talked about it throughout this series, this bottom of the order, you have to throw strikes and make them beat you because the top of the order and the middle of this New Mexico State batting order is just mashing the ball. A fastball misses way up and in. Look out. And it's 1-0.
And this is where, Jordan, you really want to see Walker Ramsey just kind of settle back in. And I think it's hard sometimes. I think a big part of being a pitcher is a mental game of understanding that
there's a strike in there.
When you start to lose control, that it doesn't build, and start to become a bigger and bigger problem. And right now, the best thing Walker Ramsey could do is get something positive to happen, maybe a good defensive play, maybe a double play, something to just give him a little bit of support right now, because he definitely doesn't look the same as we saw him early on in the first.
The 1-1 pitch, a curveball, stays high, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Head. Head struck out in his only at-bat in this series. That was back in Game 1. He came in as a defensive replacement in that game. A man on, nobody out. Ramsey set, the 2-1 pitch, a swing and a foul to the backstop. 85 miles an hour, belt high, but on the inner half. So Head was unable to square it up. Not a great pitch from Ramsey, but just in enough where Head couldn't do any damage with it. Bush at first base has stolen 1 base this season. Just 1 attempt, held on by Hayes. The 2-2 from Ramsey. Here it is. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner. Belt high, and Head is not happy with the call. John Flanagan gives Ramsey a pitcher's strike there, and a big one, 1 away. Second strikeout for Ramsey in his many innings. A huge first out. That ball may have been just a hair off the corner, maybe a little above the belt, but Ramsey gets the call. So here is Ortiz. He grounded out in the first inning. The pitch to him. Fastball on the outside corner, called for a strike. Ortiz came into the ballgame batting .437. 7 homers, 65 RBIs. Ramsey checks the runner at first. Now comes set. The 1-strike offering. A curveball on the outside corner, called for a strike 2. So early on we see John Flanagan giving that outside corner. And Ryan, we talked about this before the ball game. New Mexico State has played hardly any road games this season. And we look at their numbers, they're just astronomical offensive numbers as Ramsey comes set, the 0-2, misses outside with a breaking ball. That's a great 0-2 pitch from Ramsey. He saw that Flanagan is giving that outside corner, and so you just push it over a little more outside, and see if you can get that call. Ortiz took it for a ball. It's 1-2, but New Mexico State has absolutely swung the bat so well at home, not so much on the road. The 1-2 pitch coming. Here it is. And that slider misses down and away. It's 2-2.
I think there's a variety of reasons for that. One of the things you have to, when you look at their schedule, they've played a lot of non-conference games away from home against teams like Arizona, Arizona State, Texas Tech. I think just to name a few, but some of those more regional-based games have been, one-game midweek series kind of things. And they also are in a favorable location weather-wise to play.
2-2 is blooped into right. That's going to fall. Marco has it. Stopping at second is Bush. A one out rather. Bloop single for Ortiz, and there are 2 men on with 1 out.
They play some early season. They get a lot of early season home games because of the weather's usually pretty good in Las Cruces. And so that's just kind of the thing when you look at that schedule. It really does kind of help the New Mexico State Aggies to get some early season home games. This year they had a lot of teams from the Northeast, from some smaller baseball conferences that probably were looking to just find a place to play that was warm that they could get games in.
There's a looping liner into right field. That's going to fall in front of Marco. They're going to send the runner around third. Here comes the throw. It is too late. And Bush slides in safely as Gonzalez knocks him in, and the Aggies retake the lead. Gonzalez, first pitch swinging, went the other way with it. A little looping liner into right field. So first and second, still just 1 out in the inning, 2-1, New Mexico State leading. So that leadoff walk comes back to hurt Utah Valley. Here is Carranza, runners at first and second, just 1 out. The Aggies looking to do some serious damage. Ramsey set. Now waiting a long time, and Carranza calls timeout. Carranza walked last inning. He eventually came around to score. Yeah, to give you an idea, New Mexico State this season has played 8 road games. This is their 9th road game of the year. They are 3-5 on the road compared to 22-4 at home. That's remarkable. As a ball misses down low, it's 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strikes to Carranza. He came into the ballgame batting .366. A strike on the outside corner. Sims fakes a snap throw down to first. 1-1 the count. New Mexico State on the year has hit 62 home runs total coming into this series. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball swung on and hit high and deep into left center field. Going back is Beltran at the wall. It is gone. And Carranza takes on the deep part of the yard. Now they've hit more than 62 home runs now. And just like that, it is 5-1 Aggies.
Now batting for New Mexico State, number 30.
A 3-run shot for Carranza, his 16th homer of the year. So here is Peterson, and the Aggies get the big inning they were looking for. Ball comes inside. That almost hit Peterson. A fast ball. It's 1-0. I'm not sure what pitch that was from Ramsey, but it was a breaking ball that just stayed up in the zone. Here's a little pop-up into shallow center field. Coming in is Beltran. He's not going to get there. It's going to fall for a base hit. And the struggles continue in this inning for Walker Ramsey.
Next up for the Aggies, number 36, center fielder
So
Logan Ennis.
Ramsey left a breaking ball up to Carranza as I take a look at the replay on the stream on the WAC Digital Network, and Carranza did not miss it. Hit it to left center field, just to the left of where the 427 marker would be. That one was a shot. Here is Ennis with a man at first. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Ramsey just trying to keep the Wolverines in this game now. 5-1 Aggies. The one-strike pitch, a fastball misses high and away. And it's 1-1 to Ennis. Ennis was hit by a pitch in the first inning. In the series, he is 3 for 7. A couple of doubles and RBI. The 1-1 coming. Here it is. A fastball down below the knees on the outside, and it's ball 2. 2-1 now. Ramsey would love a ground ball here to get him out of the inning. Peterson at first base, 1 out. Top of the second, 4 runs in already for New Mexico State. And this one comes in and hits Ennis again. The second consecutive at bat that he has been hit. And that hit him in the leg, I think in the same leg that the first pitch got him in. That's just adding insult to injury. Poor Ennis. He's limping down to first. Hopefully he's okay.
And that's going to get some action going down in the Utah Valley bullpen here in the second. Looks like Cole Yoakum's going to go down there and begin to get loose.
So here is Mingus, a right-handed hitter. He was also hit by a pitch in the first inning. The Aggies looking to blow this one open early. Ramsey working from that stretch. First and second, 1 out. The pitch, Mingus takes a strike, a fastball, belt high on the outside corner. Yeah, the lefty getting loose down there for the Wolverines. They cannot afford to fall behind much more than this. They trail 5-1. The pitch, slider misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count to Mingus. Mingus came into the ball game batting .385, 3 home runs, 30 men batted home. The 1-1 to him. Ramsey waiting, now he comes home. Breaking ball, misses inside, and it's 2-1. And now Kevin McConnell's going to run down to the bullpen and begin to get loose. A right-hander. A leadoff walk began this inning, followed by 2 singles, a home run, and another single. There's a strike, and it's 2-2. A fastball 86 miles an hour, just above the knees. Ramsey working hard, trying to get through this inning. Mingus is the 8th man to come to bat in this second inning. The 2-2. Curveball misses down and away, not close, and the count is full. Mingus was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the first inning, so he already has an RBI today. So make that 31 RBIs on the year. A 15-minute top half of the second. We're still going. The 3-2 pitch to Mingus. A swing and a ground ball foul down the left field line. Good-sized crowd on hand on Autism Day. Day for Autism, the official name at the ballpark. They released a big bunch of balloons before the game. A swing and a foul here. Fastball up in the zone. Payson Hayes giving chase near the wall, but it's out of play. The kids are out on the grassy berm on the picnic blankets. They had a big carnival-type festival outside the ballpark before the game on a overcast but warm day in Orem. The wind right now kind of swirling, blowing in slightly from right center field. The 3-2 pitch to Mingus. A swing and a drive deep to left. That one is foul. Boy, from our angle, that one looked like it was gone. But it just hooks foul. Home plate umpire John Flanagan throwing up his arms. Three and two, the count remains to Mingus. Well, Utah Valley, after this one, will be back here on Tuesday night against Utah. The Utes come in for their only trip down to Orem this season. 5-1 our score here, though. Top of the second, 2 men on, 1 man out. The 3-2 pitch to Mingus. A little topper foul. Cue shot from Mingus at home plate, a breaking ball, and the count remains full. So a real nice battle ensuing between Ramsey and Mingus. New Mexico State, after this series, will head home to face Sul Ross State in a midweek matchup. Then they'll head to Sacramento next weekend. The 3-2 pitch, a swing and a high fly ball into center field rather. Beltran back in front of the track. He reaches up and makes the grab. Tagging from second and heading to third is Peterson. Staying put at first is Ennis. So Mingus with a great at bat, but Ramsey does a nice job to retire him. 2 away. So here is Jimenez. Again, I feel like a broken record, but a big at bat in this game. Utah Valley trails by 4 runs. They cannot afford to fall behind by much more. Jimenez grounded out to first base with the bases loaded in the first inning. He's trying to redeem himself here and knock in a run. Ramsey just trying to get through this inning. The pitch. Fastball called for a strike on the outside corner, belt high. That's a John Flanagan strike today. Borderline out there.
Sul Ross State is a public university in Alpine, Texas.
Well, you learn something every day. The 1-strike pitch coming to Jimenez. Here it is. Curveball just misses off the outside. Maybe a bit high. And it's 1-1. Jimenez, the designated hitter, hitting .265. He's had just 34 at-bats this season. A left-handed batter. Ramsey has already thrown 64 pitches. We're only in the second inning. Fastball down low, 2-1. Should Jimenez reach, it would be Bush. Jimenez is the 9th man to come to the plate in this inning. 4 runs in for the Aggies. 3 of them coming on a Carranza 3-run home run. Ramsey checks on the runner at first. That is Ennis. Peterson at third base. The pitch. And a ball misses high and away. And it is 3 balls and 1 strike, the count. Ramsey, we mentioned it, you got to attack Jimenez. Not a bad hitter by any means, but just hitting .265 compared to the rest of these hitters, most of them over 300. The 3-1 pitch, a swing and a foul, high and off to the left. He took something off the fastball there at 86 miles an hour, and it's 3-2. We saw Ramsey hit 91, 92 in the first inning. He has not been anywhere close to that here in the second. Been relying much more on the breaking stuff. Full count, 2 men on, 2 men out. The runner at first will take off with the pitch. There he goes, a swing and a high fly ball into center field. Beltran in and to his right. He reaches up and he makes the grab. The Aggies, however, plate 4 runs, 3 of which come on Nick Carranza's, Tristan Carranza's 16th home run of the year. 4 runs, 2 left for the Aggies. 5-1, New Mexico State leading Utah Valley as we head to the last of the second inning.
Check out the Adidas store located on campus for for all the latest Adidas apparel. Adidas, here to create. Leading off for the Wolverines, number 20, the designated hitter, Cade Polson.
Cade Polson, Drew Sims, and Cody Hall due up for Utah Valley. The bottom third of the order here in the last of the second. 5-1, New Mexico State. Utah Valley with work to do. The pitch from Roach, a good fastball at 86 miles an hour, swung on and missed by Polson. Polson got the start last night for Utah Valley as the designated hitter. He went 1 for 4. The one-strike pitch from Roach, a beautiful curveball on the inside corner, called for strike 2. Boy, he spun that up there right on the black. From the windup, Roach working with the
It stays high for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. The count here on Cody Hall. Hall hit into a fielder's choice back in the second inning. The 9th man to come to the plate here in the inning. Trevor Howell, who led off the inning, in the on-deck circle for the Wolverines. Fernandez working from the stretch, takes a look at Polson out at second base. And the 1-0 pitch on its way. Fastball stays above the belt, ball 2. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. The count on Cody Hall.
Well, Fernandez really needs to attack Hall. He's had a tough series, just 1 for 6. With Trevor Howell and the top of the order waiting on deck.
Fernandez steps off the mound for a second. Don't know if he's not feeling comfortable out there so far with those first 2 pitches. And the 2-0 pitch about ready to come home as Fernandez delivers. Hall swings and turns on this one, but pulls it foul. And it's 2 balls and a strike on Cody Hall. That one up onto the berm, and the race is on the berm there to come up with the baseball. And it's 2 balls and a strike on Cody Hall. Running out at second base is Cade Polson. We saw this quite a bit in last night's ball game, where the pitcher, especially with the runner out at second base, comes off the mound almost between every pitch. Nick Gonzalez, the second baseman, playing very close to the second base bag. Big hole on the right side here for Hall. He foul tips that one into the glove for strike 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. "5-5 your score here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 4 runs in for the Wolverines here in this one. 5 runs on 7 hits for Utah Valley. 5 runs on 5 hits for New Mexico State. Fernandez ready to go from the stretch, and the 2-2 pitch about ready to come home as Hall lines this one right back to Fernandez, who gloves it, and the inning is over. But the damage is done. Utah Valley scores 4 in the 3rd. We're tied at 5 as we head to the 4th on the WAC Digital Network and GoUVU.com.
In the bottom of the 3rd for the Wolverines, 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We're all tied up at 5 after 3 innings. Pizza Pie Cafe. Have you had your pizza today with an all-you-can-eat buffet? Pizza, pasta, and salad. Check out Pizza Pie Cafe. Sports medicine is not only for professional athletes, but for athletes of all ages, activities, and abilities. Intermountain Healthcare, Utah Valley Sports Medicine, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Support Utah Valley Scholarships by ordering a UVU license plate online at uvualumni.org/UVU plate. UVU Alumni Association, connecting you to UVU.
Fans, don't forget to stick around for our post-game show. We will award our Wilkinson's Trophy Player of the Game. With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com.
Well, Nick Gonzalez will definitely be in the conversation for conference awards at the end of the year, as he stands in to lead it off, a strikeout and a base hit. Gonzalez has reached base, I think, in every New Mexico State game this year coming in. That was in jeopardy the other night, as there's a called strike in there. That was in jeopardy until he had an 8th inning walk on the game Friday night, or I think it might have been in the 7th. Now that I think about it, the 0-1 pitch is low for a ball, evens the count up. Yeah, it was a single that he had in the 7th inning. He hadn't reached base at all in that ballgame up until that point. Here's the 1-1 pitch about ready to come home to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez there takes that one, a breaking pitch, low and away for a ball, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Nick Gonzalez. Ready to go here, the 2-1 pitch. That one bounces in, ball 3, and the count moves to 3-1 on Nick Gonzalez. So a dangerous hitter's count here for Gonzalez. Yeah, he's reached base in every ball game this year. His longest hitting streak has been 14. Just 17 multi-hit games for this New Mexico State squad. There he starts heading to first base, but takes a called strike 2, and the count goes 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Nick Gonzalez. And that's when you know you're having a year. Gonzalez, only a sophomore, will probably be in a position to come back next season. And that one misses outside for ball 4, and Gonzalez will go to first base. He'll have a chance of coming back next season and potentially being the preseason conference player of the year.
Next up for the
And I would imagine if he continues to swing the bat the way he is, he's going to be a high candidate when it comes to the June 2020 draft. Here's Tristan Carranza for New Mexico State. Carranza having another good year as well for this New Mexico State team. Carranza has been finding ways on base, including today. Went deep over the Adidas logo and deep left center field in the deepest part of the park. There he takes a called strike 1. Carranza's also walked and came around and scored a run back in the first inning.
With Carranza up, that's why that leadoff walk issued by Ramsey is so harmful, potentially. Ramsey has given away or issued 6 free passes today, and we're just in the 4th inning. You just can't do that against an offense like the Aggies.
Ramsey comes home with the 0-1 pitch, and that one settles in at the knees for a called strike 2. And it's no balls and 2 strikes here on Tristan Carranza. This is a New Mexico State team that, up until last night, they were 25-0 when leading after 8 innings. Cole Yoakum still standing in the bullpen, playing some catch in between pitches here. Now just kind of currently standing up. The 0-2 pitch, Carranza swings and lifts this one to center field. Beltran over towards right center field. He'll wait under it, makes the catch. And there's one away.
Just by judging off the few fly balls we've seen today, the sunshine is currently out from behind the clouds. It's a warm day here in Orem, and the ball is really carrying. That ball was not hit hard at all, but high, and it just kept carrying out there to deep center.
Tristan Peterson, who's 2 for 2, stands in. A pair of base hits here for Peterson on the day. Nick Gonzalez running over at first base with a conservative lead here. In the top of the 4th inning, we're tied at 5 between the Aggies and the Wolverines. Peterson swings through it, and snowballs and a strike here. Gonzalez 7 for 10 in stolen base attempts. So we'll see if head coach Brian Green maybe puts the signs on here, as Gonzalez has a little bit bigger lead here. Walker Ramsey, a long look over the shoulder, letting the runner know, I know that you're there. Here's the 0-1 pitch, about ready to come home. Fouled straight back off the top of the roof, and that one will bounce back here in about the 4th row in front of us here. No balls and 2 strikes on Tristan Peterson. Peterson, a dangerous hitter. Coming into the year, I think a lot of people knew about Gonzalez and Carranza, but Peterson has had himself a year as well, having hit 15 home runs up to this point, knocked in over 60. The 0-2 pitch, Peterson sends this one foul. The postseason awards here in the WAC going to be really interesting to kind of see, because when you take a look at it, with the year that some of these New Mexico State hitters are having, you think about Carranza and Gonzalez are both probably going to potentially be first team, I'll say, selections. I would think Tristan Peterson would have to be in that category as well, because they've just put up monster numbers. They'll throw over a light throw from Ramsey over to first. So right there, there's 3 of about the 10 conference selections right there. And that doesn't include guys like Joey Ortiz, who's had a great year. Michael Beltran you could make a case for on the Utah Valley side with the year that he's had here for the Wolverines. The 0-2 pitch on its way. That one low and outside. A good stop from Sims. And the count moves to 1-2 strikes on Tristan Peterson. Logan Ennis in the on-deck circle for the Aggies if the inning continues. Here with one gone at the top of the 4th inning. Payson Hayes holding the runner, Nick Gonzalez, on over at first base. Walker Ramsey comes home and the pitch low and in the dirt for a ball. Evens the count up now at 2-2 strikes on Tristan Peterson. Peterson hit a 2-run homer in last night's ball game. That came in the 5th. Scored a couple of runs in Thursday night's contest. Here as this series has gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Working from the stretch, here's the 2-2 pitch on its way home. That one fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again, 2-2 strikes on Tristan Peterson. Walker Ramsey working from the stretch, laboring here in the 4th inning. Ramsey up over 90 pitches, so I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to go here this afternoon. Ready to go. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Slow curveball outside. Ball 3. The count runs full. 3-2 strikes on Tristan Peterson. Running over at first base, Nick Gonzalez being held on by Payson Hayes. Can't imagine New Mexico State would send Gonzalez here, but with good speed over there, you just never know. Walker Ramsey ready to go from the stretch. And the 3-2 pitch. Gonzalez goes. That one swung on, popped up, and fouled back. We'll do it again. 3-2 strikes on Peterson. So just when I thought that Brian Green may not send Nick Gonzalez, it's dangerous because you can strike the hitter out and you can throw the runner out potentially at second base. But Brian Green, an experienced coach, knows what he's doing in his 5th year there in Las Cruces. They'll throw over to first, and Gonzalez dives back safely. Three balls and 2 strikes the count on Tristan Peterson. And the 3-2 pitch, runner takes off again, and Peterson fouls this one away. We'll do it again, 3-2 strikes. Top of the 4th inning right now. 5-5 tie between New Mexico State and Utah Valley. Walker Ramsey has gone 3 1/3 so far for Utah Valley. Allowed 5 hits. All 5 runs have been earned. Ready to go. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ramsey comes home, and that one's low. Ball 4 as Gonzalez was taking off. So 2 walks in the inning, and that will bring up the center fielder, Logan Ennis. Ennis has been hit by a pitch twice, and he'll stand in right here. Cole Yoakum throwing right here in the bullpen. Still ready to go here. Walker Ramsey now. This will be pitch number 100 to Logan Ennis here in the 4th inning. Payson Hayes playing in at the grass at first. Infield up the middle at double play depth. Ready to try to see if they can turn 2. Ennis with good speed, however, takes the first pitch low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes here on Logan Ennis. Right now, Ennis has been hit by a pitch twice today. You have to think his biggest worry right now is just getting something somewhat over the plate. That one comes inside, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes on Logan Ennis. I think about how some of the prolific hitters in Major League Baseball and other levels, when you start having a good year and people just start pitching around you all the time, how frustrated you must get to not being able to get up there and swing the bat. The 2-0 pitch coming on to Ennis there. There's a fastball over for a called strike on the outside corner. Same thing with Ennis. After being hit by 2 pitches, you have to kind of think and wonder about what's going to happen when you step in the box. You must be just ready to get something over the plate. 2 balls and a strike to count on Ennis. Walker Ramsey working here from the stretch in the top of the 4th inning. Both pitchers have been willing to slow the pace of the ball game down with runners on base. And the 2-1 pitch on its way home. Right on the corner. That one misses, ball 3. 3-1. That was similar to the previous pitch that was called a strike. And it's now going to be 3 balls and a strike, as we've seen that called a strike here today in the ball game, but there it's called the ball. Now it's 3-1. Walker Ramsey's going to have to come over the plate here. And the 3-1 pitch from Ramsey comes home. Runners acting like they take off. That one's low, ball 4, and the bases are now full for New Mexico State, and Eric Mingus will be the hitter. The bases are loaded now on 3 walks. Mingus, who's been hit by a pitch and flown out to center. Eric Madsen's going to come out of the
Number 36, left-hander Cole Yoakum.
Has walked 21, struck out 11. Opponents are hitting .308 against the southpaw. He does have an 8.03 earned run average. The last time we saw Yoakum was Tuesday up at Utah. He went 2 innings and gave up 2 runs. He will face Mingus with 1 out.
So you'll have the left-handed pitcher Yoakum against the right-handed hitting Eric Mingus. And Mingus ready to go here from the right side. Mingus had a base hit in last night's contest, and then had a pair of base hits back on Thursday night. Runners on at first and bases are full of Aggies here. Nick Gonzalez at third, Tristan Peterson at second, Logan Ennis at first. Good speed sitting over at first base as Yoakum misses high with ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. A ball in the gap here really opens this ball game back up. Mingus would have a shot to score from first base. Not Mingus, sorry. Ennis would have a shot to score from first base. Mingus with good speed, too, the hitter. The 1-0 pitch on its way is curveball that gets in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1 now on Mingus. Utah Valley going to play back for the double play. So you'd like to see maybe a ground ball hit, maybe hard right at somebody, time called, and Mingus will step out of the box. If you can get a hard hit ground ball somewhere, turn 2 and get out of it with no damage done, that would be ideal if you're the Wolverines. Unfortunately, ideal sometimes doesn't really work out, and Mingus sends that one the other way, but foul pass to Wayne Finley, our first base umpire. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Mingus. We're here in the top of the 4th inning, the game just approaching about 2 hours long. We've had a long game last night, a long game so far today. Right here. Yoakum ready to go from the stretch. Looks in and delivers, and that one's going to miss away with the fastball. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Yoakum has had some longer appearances on the year. For the most part, he's been around an inning, maybe 2 innings the last couple of outings. His longest one, I think, was a 5-inning outing up at Seattle back in March. Here's the 2-2 pitch on its way home. Mingus lines this one to center. That's going to plate 1 at least. Gonzalez scores. Tristan Peterson right behind him. Beltran bobbles the baseball. Mingus tries to get to second, and he is safe at second base. As I think the throw beat him, I just think that a tag was applied late, and it's a 7-5 lead here for New Mexico State. Mingus with the 2-run base hit. So it's going to go single and then an error as Mingus advances to second on the error. And now that's going to bring up Kevin Jimenez. Jimenez is grounded to first and flown out to center. Utah Valley was going to bring the whole infield in, but now the middle part of the infield will move back. So they will get 2 RBIs for Mingus there. The error allows Mingus to go to second base. And the pitch on its way, fastball, stays high and tight for ball 1. And it's 1 ball and no strikes on Kevin Jimenez. Once again, you see the heart of this order. Gonzalez, Carranza, and Peterson causing some trouble here and really opening up the offense. Still 1 away here in the top of the 4th, 2 runs in. The pitch Fastball misses outside and away for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Jimenez. Jimenez steps out of the box, now gets back in. Ennis running at third, Mingus at second. And Yoakum comes in, the pitch in there for a called strike on the inside. And it's 2 balls and a strike on Kevin Jimenez. Eric Madsen showing some confidence in his offense to score some runs here. Playing that middle infield back, because you're not in a double play situation. That's the tough part that hurt you with the error by Beltran, as he just bobbled the baseball getting it in, and Mingus was able to move up. The 2-1 pitch is sent foul, this one down the left field line for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes was, now you would have had a chance. The double play would have been in order with Jimenez, but that error then allowed the runner to move up, and that took away the double play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count on Jimenez. Yoakum working from the stretch here in the top of the 4th inning. Ready to go. And the pitch on its way. The 2-2. This one's going to be bounced over towards first. Payson Hayes going to come up with it. The only play is going to be first. Jimenez dives, but Yoakum beats him to the bag for the out. Scoring on the play is Ennis, and it's an 8-5 lead now for New Mexico State. But a heads-up play from Payson Hayes to make sure there you at least get 1 out. And Jimenez does enough there to get the run home. An 8-5 lead right here for New Mexico State in the top of the 4th. 3 runs in the inning, still not over as Jason Bush comes to the plate. Bush has walked and has flown out to right. As Cole Yoakum ready to go right here, and I think we can close the book on Walker Ramsey officially here today. And we can. Walker Ramsey goes 3 1/3 innings, allows 5 hits. He's going to allow 8 runs. All are going to end up being earned. Walks 5 and strikes out 3. Cole Yoakum. And now they're going to call a balk, and coming in to score from third is Mingus, and it's a 9-5 lead here for New Mexico State. And so that one just kind of opens up the ball game here. If you're Utah Valley, you just scored 4 in the bottom of the inning to tie, and now New Mexico State showing their offensive firepower, scoring 4 of their own here in the top of the 4th. 9-5 lead for the Aggies, and here's the 0-1 pitch. That one misses low for a ball, and now Utah Valley going to get a right-hander throwing in their bullpen.
The Wolverines have really gifted these runs, though. There's just been that one single in this inning. 3 walks, and now a balk.
The 1-1 pitch on its way, and this one misses low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. The count here on Bush. That is Romeo Carreo warming up down in the bullpen. He warmed up last night, but never came in the ball game. Pitch on its way is fouled back, and we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Jason Bush. 2 outs. The Wolverines are trying to find a way to get out of the inning. Last inning, most of the runs coming with 1 out, but the 1 run back in the first came with 2 outs in the inning. The 2-2 pitch. Here's a high chopper to second. Hall playing the second back hop, throws to first in time, and the inning is over. But the damage is done. New Mexico State scores 4 runs here in the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th. New Mexico State 9, Utah Valley 5. This is Utah Valley University Baseball on the WAC Digital Network at GoUVU.com.
1 hit, 1 error, and none left on base.
All right, fans, I'm here with Levi. He's going against our first baseman, Payson Hayes, today. Levi's got 15 seconds to name as many green foods as he can. All right, Levi. Mike.
Cabbage, peas, broccoli, apples, lettuce, cabbage, peppers.
All right, fans, he got 7, so let's see how Payson does. Check out the scoreboard.
Green food, asparagus, cucumber, pepper, green pepper, lettuce,
Leading off the Wolverines.
Bottom of the fourth inning here in Orem. Howell, Beltran, and Eastburn, 1, 2, and 3 coming up right here for the Wolverines as Aldo Fernandez will come back out here to start the bottom of the fourth inning. Pitching now with a 4-run lead. Howell with a pair of base hits on the afternoon for Utah Valley stands in, and we'll see the first pitch here. A fastball that misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Trevor Howell. The good news if you're Utah Valley, you have Howell and Beltran who have 4 combined hits on the day. So maybe an opportunity to try to get something going here. Howell sends this one into right field, coming over his head. He will have to make a last-minute adjustment, go down and make the catch for the first out of the inning. And here comes Michael Beltran, 2 for 2 on the day. A pair of base hits for Beltran, who continues to stay hot in this Utah Valley lineup here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We're 9-5 lead for New Mexico State. The Aggies are going to get a left-hander throwing down in their bullpen. And the pitch on its way in there just below the belt for a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Michael Beltran. We got a final, it looks like, in a couple of finals actually, as Sacramento State has beaten Chicago State, so the Hornets will stay in first place. At the end of the weekend, they sweep Chicago State. That one checks his swing, and that one misses low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's also a good result for Utah Valley because it means the Wolverines will at least stay 1 game up on the Cougars, which will be nice because Chicago State having the tiebreaker with Utah Valley. The 1-1 pitch is low for a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike. The other final looks like UTRGV defeats Cal Baptist 7-3. 2 balls and a strike here on Michael Beltran. And the 2-1 pitch on its way home. Beltran lines this one into left field. That's going to fall for a base hit out there in front of Carranza. And a 1-out single. Utah Valley with a man on. The 3rd hit for Michael Beltran. And that will bring up Ryan Eastburn. So it hasn't been that Utah Valley hasn't had a lack of base runners. It's really just been the fact that New Mexico State's taken advantage of some opportunities that the Wolverines have gifted them. Here's Eastburn, who's hit into a fielder's choice and walked on the afternoon. Will stand in here from the left side of the plate. Fernandez with the arm dangling now comes set on the mound. The pitch to Eastburn is right there on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1 here on Ryan Eastburn. Eastburn stands back in and is ready to go right here. Fernandez ready to go. Beltran with a very conservative lead over at first base. And the 0-1 pitch. Eastburn pulls this one to first. It's knocked down by the first baseman Peterson, but rolls down the line. Beltran will go down to third base. And Utah Valley there will have runners on the corners. Tristan Peterson kind of had to make a sliding dash diving attempt at it. Knocked the ball down, but when he knocked it down, the ball kind of spun and rolled out into right field. And that's kind of been the way the ball's fallen for Utah Valley here the last couple of nights. Not really the hardest hit ball there from Eastburn, but it just happened to find the right spot at the right time to squeak by for a base hit. Here's Alexander Marco now with runners on the corners. Marco 1 for 2, an RBI single and hit to a fielder's choice. Will stand in here for the Wolverines. Fernandez from the stretch right here. Ready to go, and the first pitch to Marco. He swings and lifts this one well to left. Carranza going back on the warning track on the wall. He'll make the catch. Beltran will tag and score from third. Eastburn back to first. So Alexander Marco will get his second RBI of the ballgame on the sacrifice fly. And that one just missed getting out of here by a few feet. And Utah Valley will at least chip into that 9-5 lead and make it 9-6 here in the fourth. And here is first baseman Payson Hayes. Hayes has struck out and walked back in the third inning. In the third, he came around to score during that 4-run third inning for the Wolverines. Fernandez ready to go on the mound and comes home, and Hayes makes contact and sends it foul, however, down to the New Mexico State bullpen. No balls and a strike to count here on Payson Hayes. Mick Madsen in the on-deck circle for Utah Valley, and then would be Cade Polson. But some things would have to happen to continue this inning. Another offensive kind of slugfest that we were kind of waiting to see. Here's the 0-1 pitch here to Payson Hayes. There's a fastball. It's over for a called strike. And Hayes down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Eastburn over at first base gets his lead, being held on by Tristan Peterson. Big hole on the right side. Hayes his open stance. We'll see what he does. Here's the 0-2 pitch on its way from Fernandez. Then that's right there. Called strike 3, about thigh high and over the middle of the plate. For strike 3, and the inning is over. Utah Valley gets one back in the 4th. We head to the 5th. 9-6 lead for New Mexico State. It's WAC Baseball on the WAC Digital Network.
Left on base. After 4 complete, Mexico State 9, Utah Valley 6. Check out the UVU bookstore for the latest Adidas Wolverine apparel. Your campus, your needs, your store. The UVU bookstore, located in the heart of Utah Valley University.
And it will be Daniel Head, Joey Ortiz, and Nick Gonzalez, 9-1-2 coming up. And with the play-by-play here on GoUVU.com, the WAC Digital Network, is Jordan Bianucci.
Thank you, Ryan. Cole Yoakum, the lefty from the windup, throws a first pitch fastball that misses down low, ball 1. Well, Utah Valley getting 1 run back in the last of the 4th inning. They trail by 3. A ball misses up high from Yoakum, and now it's 2-0. Yoakum came into the game in relief last inning. He faced 3 batters, gave up a 2-run single, and then then gave up another run on a ground out. There's a strike at the knees, and it's 1-1. Yoakum working quickly. The 1-1 pitch. Head swings and grounds it to short. A high hopper. Howell has it, throws to first, and they just get the runner. Howell, that's the second time today that he has not put a whole lot on the throw over to first, and he just barely got Head, who was hustling up the line.
Number 8, the shortstop Joseph Ortiz.
So back to the top of the order for New Mexico State, Joey Ortiz will bat. He singled back in the 2nd inning. He has also bounced out twice. He's 1 for 3. For New Mexico State, as Ortiz takes a ball down low, they scored 1 in the 1st, 4 in the 2nd, and 4 in the 4th. It's all been about the big inning for the Aggies. They lead Utah Valley 9-6. The pitch from Yoakum. Ball in the dirt, a breaking ball, and now it's 2 balls and no strikes to Ortiz. A right-handed batter hitting .435 on the year. A .759 slugging percentage. The 2-0. Fastball in there on the inside corner, knee high, called for strike 1. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Ortiz in WAC games is hitting .485 this year. A swing and a chopper to short again. Ranging to his left is Howell. He plays the high hop, throws to first, and they get Ortiz. A nice play by Trevor Howell. And there are 2 down, and the bases are empty. Utah Valley certainly needs to blank New Mexico State in this inning. The Wolverines have to get something going offensively. They can ill afford to fall much more behind. They trail by 3 runs. Here is Nick Gonzalez with the bases empty. The pitch to him. Fastball at 86 miles an hour, knee high on the inside corner, called for strike 1. Gonzalez singled in a run back in the 2nd. He has been on base twice and scored 2 runs. He's also struck out, 1 for 2 officially. Now a ball comes in and it hit him. I believe on the foot or the lower leg. Another free pass issued by the Wolverine pitching staff. A 2-out free pass.
Number 5, the left fielder Tristan Carranza.
Ramsey really struggled, the starter for Utah Valley, in his outing today. He walked 5 and hit 3 batters. That's the first time that Cole Yoakum, in his second inning of work, has issued a free pass. There's a swing and a foul back and out of play. It is 0-1 to Tristan Carranza, the senior, hitting .366 coming into the ball game. He hit a 3-run home run back in the second inning. 1 for 2. He flied out in the fourth. From the stretch, the left-hander, Yoakum, comes home. Fastball on the outside corner, belt high, called for strike 2, and it's 0-2. 9-6. New Mexico State leading Utah Valley. We're in the top of the 5th inning. A man on, 2 outs. Hayes holding on the runner at first base. A big hole on that right side. The 0-2 to Carranza. Breaking ball in the dirt. Sims keeps it in front of him. Gonzalez took a big secondary lead, but made it back to first easily. Not a great 0-2 pitch there from Yoakum. An easy take for Carranza. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball misses away, and the count is even at 2-2. The sun has peeked out from behind the clouds on a warm, pleasant day in Orem. Game 3 of this series, the rubber match. The 2-2 pitch. Here it is. A swing and a chopper to third. Charging. Matson has it, throws on the run, low, but Payson Hayes digs it out. A nice play by Hayes at first, and the Aggies are retired. They get a base runner. They leave him stranded, no runs. On to the last of the 5th inning. The Aggies 9, the Wolverines 6.
And the top of the 5th for the Aggies, no runs, no hits, no errors.
235 off the right-hander, who will get Mick Madsen, Cade Polson, and Drew Sims.
Leading up to the Wolverines.
Utah Valley needs some base runners. Schubert is out there on the mound for the first time since April 9th when he pitched against Texas Tech, a 10-5 loss that the Aggies suffered. He went 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs. So Schubert getting some work here after a couple weeks off. Matson digs in. The first pitch to him is a fastball at 90 miles an hour that misses it down and away for ball 1. Matson is 0 for 2 today. He is bounced out once in the first inning, and then he reached on a fielder's choice back in the third. Eventually came around to score in that 4-run Wolverine inning. Here's a ground ball sharply hit to short. Ortiz plays a bad hop, but he airmails the throw to first. It goes over the wall, and Matson will take second by rule. Wow. Ortiz made the hard play. That ball took a really high, tough hop on the rocky infield grass or dirt out there by shortstop, and then he just threw the ball 25 feet over the head of Peterson. So an E6 allows Matson to take second base. The leadoff man is on. Here is Cade Polson. Polson knocked in 2 runs with a big 2-out single in the 3rd inning. Here it comes to him. And a curveball almost hits him. Ball 1. So the Wolverines catch a break from the New Mexico State defense. They will try to take advantage. 9-6 our score. The Aggies leading. From the stretch, Schubert from Redlands, California, delivers a curveball. That one's on the inside corner, called for strike 1. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Polson. New Mexico State defensively was excellent in game 1 of this series, but last night and today, not so much. Last night was, by the Aggies' good defensive standards, was nightmarish. The 1-1 pitch coming to Polson. A ball in the dirt. It squirts away to the left of Bush. Trying to take third as Matson. The throw is not in time. A nice read by Matson. And that's a big 90 feet. Now the Wolverines do not need a base hit to score him necessarily. A nice job by Mick running the base paths. 2 balls and 1 strike the count to Polson. Polson came into the ballgame batting .239, 1 home run. He has 18 RBIs on the year. 2-1 pitch is swung on and hit back and foul. A fastball that Polson was behind on. 2-2. New Mexico State with the 3-run lead playing the infield back, so Polson really just has to make contact, put it in play, and Matson should score. Schubert looking for the strikeout. He peers in, now comes set at the belt. The 2-2. A swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt. So an unproductive out from Polson. Still just 1 away, though. The first strikeout for Schubert. A good pitch in the dirt. They got Polson chasing. And it is Drew Sims. He knocked in a run back in the 3rd inning. He was also hit by a pitch. He is 1 for 1 officially. Again, Utah Valley with the infield back does not need a base hit to get a run back here. They would like a base hit, trailing by 3 though. A fastball misses high and away. 1-0. Sims with a .255 average. The wind blowing in from right field at the moment. The 1-0 to Sims misses high and away again with the fastball. 2-0. Matson led this inning off with a ground ball to shortstop that Ortiz then airmailed the throw. Matson took 3rd on a wild pitch. So the Wolverines need to take advantage of the gifts provided by NMSU in this inning. The 2-0 to Drew, he squares around, then pulls it back and takes a fastball for a strike on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Any ball to medium deep in left, center, or right would score Matson, most likely. The 2-1 pitch coming from Schubert. The righty kicks and fires, and the 2-1 slider misses down and away, and it's 3-1. So a good hitter's count. Sims can look to drive something here. The second baseman, Gonzalez, is pulled up the middle. Everybody else straight away for New Mexico State. The 3-1 pitch to Sims. And it's outside, ball 4, a fastball missed. And there are runners on the corners, and here's Cody Hall. Hall came up in the 3rd inning with runners on and 2 outs, and he hit a line drive, but right back to the pitcher, at the time, Aldo Fernandez. So Hall will come up with 2 men on and 1 man out. He represents the tying run. We are in the last of the 5th inning. 9-6, Aggies leading. Schubert trying to work out of a jam. The pitch, a swing and a miss, a fastball right down the heart of the plate. And I correct myself, check that, a foul tip into the glove of Bush. Jason Bush getting his first start of this series behind home plate. Schubert in for his first inning of work. The 1-strike pitch to Hall. A breaking ball misses down and away, and it's 1-1. Hall on the year hitting .235. No home runs, 17 men batted home. He has struck out 41 times. A ground ball right here could possibly end the inning with a double play. However, a fly ball to the outfield would score a run. A swing and a pop-up. The third base side, foul territory, and it gets out of play into the 4th row of seats beyond the third base dugout. And the count is 1-2. Trevor Howell in the top of the order on deck. Righty versus righty. New Mexico State trying to pick up just their 6th win on the road this season. The 1-2 down in the dirt, blocked by Bush, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. They have overwhelmingly played most of their games at home. They are 22-4 at home and 3-5 on the road. They did have a series up in Lincoln against Nebraska, snowed out. 2-2, down in the dirt, blocked by Bush, and the count is full. Hall working his way back to a full count, making Schubert throw some pitches. Here in his first inning of relief. Matson is at third. He reached on an error. Sims is at first. He walked. 9-6, New Mexico State in the 5th inning. Here comes the payoff pitch. Hall swings and fouls it back. A fastball belt high on the outer half. And we'll do it again. Hall, the senior out of American Fork, a transfer from Salt Lake City Community College, a former Bruin, trying to pick up an RBI here and inch the Wolverines closer, I should say. The 3-2 pitch to him. A swing and a high fly ball into left center field. Ennis is over. He will make the grab. Tagging at third, coming in to score is Matson. And Hall gets the job done. He gets 1 run home, and it's 9-7 Aggies. Nice job by Cody Hall. Good at bat, picks up RBI number 18, and Trevor Howell will come up with 2 outs and a man at first base. Boy, last night and tonight, you talk about a couple of slugfests. In Game 1, the Aggies absolutely dominated. The Wolverines only recorded 4 hits, and Utah Valley lost 14-0 as Howell fouls one back to the screen. Utah Valley won in walk-off fashion last night after relinquishing a 4-run lead and then coming back to come from behind to win the game in the 9th. Howell today is 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. The 1-strike pitch to him. A fastball right there on the outside corner at 87 miles an hour. 0-2. Drew Sims is at first base. Schubert in his first inning of work. He's allowed 2 base runners and 1 run, although it will not be earned as Matson reached on an error. Howell, the right-handed hitter, a senior out of San Diego. The 2-strike pitch and a fastball misses high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Howell, before the game, had some terrible allergies. He was sitting in the dugout during batting practice, and his right eye was all swollen. But he's good to go now. The 1-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. He took something off the fastball, belt high and away, and the inning is over. Utah Valley gets a run back, though. They leave a man stranded on to the 6th inning. It's the Aggies 9, the Wolverines 7.
The Wolverines 1 run on no hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base after 5 complete. Aggies 9, Wolverines 7. Mexico State number 30, first baseman Tristan.
9-7, New Mexico State leading as we begin the 6th inning. Tristan Peterson, Logan Ennis, and Eric Mingus due up for the Aggies. Cole Yoakum, the lefty, delivers a first pitch fastball that misses high for ball 1. Peterson has had a nice afternoon at the plate. He is 2 for 2, a couple of singles and a walk. The 1-0, a swing, and that's a liner into right center field. That's going to get down. Beltran will cut it off, holding Peterson to a single. But the leadoff man is on just like that here in the 6th inning for the Aggies. We'll see if the right-hander Romeo Carrillo gets up in the bullpen for Utah Valley as Yoakum is in his third inning of work. So the lefty right back into his stretch. Here is Ennis. On the out-of-town scoreboard, Seattle and Grand Canyon are tied at 3. That game in the top of the 8th down in Phoenix. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1 to Ennis. He has been on base 3 times today. He's been hit by 2 pitches, and he has walked and scored a run. The Aggies with a 2-run lead. The 1-strike offering. Fastball. Misses up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Also on the out-of-town scoreboard, Sacramento State beat Chicago State 10-1. So the Hornets will remain in first place regardless of what happens here with the Aggies and the Wolverines. There's a strike on the outside corner, a fastball, and it's 1-2 to Ennis. UT Rio Grande Valley leading, well, they beat California Baptist. That's a final. The Vaqueros 7, California Baptist 3. Yoakum from the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Ennis takes strike 3 on the outside corner. That is Yoakum's first strikeout in relief and a big first out. We've seen that outside corner called by John Flanagan this afternoon. He's been a little inconsistent. Yoakum gets the call there, though. Also on the out-of-town scoreboard, CSU Bakersfield leading Northern Colorado 6-0 that game in the 3rd inning. New Mexico State came into this game today a game back of the Hornets. A fastball misses up high to Mingus, ball 1. Mingus was the first batter that Yoakum faced back in the 4th inning. He singled in 2 runs. He's also been hit by a pitch today and flied out. He is 1 for 2 officially. A right-handed batter, the pitch to him. And a ball misses down and in. Another fastball from Yoakum. 2-0. Peterson is at first base. He singled to lead this inning. To lead off this inning, rather. 1 out. Hayes holding on the runner at first. The 2-0 pitch down in the dirt, blocked by Sims, and now it's 3-0. Jimenez is on deck. The bullpen quiet for the moment for the Wolverines. Mingus came into the ballgame batting .385. 33 RBIs on the season for him. Now he shows bunt 3-0, pulls it back and takes a ball inside. And Yoakum walks him on 4 pitches. Boy, the walks today have been the bane of the Wolverines' existence. So now 2 men on. Here is Jimenez. The DH grounded out to first base back in the 4th inning. He picked up an RBI on the play, though. A left-handed hitter. Lefty versus lefty. Yoakum comes set. 2 men on, 1 man out. The pitch. A swing and a sharply hit ground ball through the right side. Coming around third is Peterson. The throw home from Marco is offline. He scores. Now it skips away from Sims, and here comes the back runner. The throw home. He's safe! Mingus just slides in safely, and I think it was a good call. I think his foot came across home plate right before the tag came in over the heart of the plate. Where Yoakum laid down the tag, it was in the middle of home plate, and the runner's foot had just throw.
What I don't know of whether that would be an E9 or it's going to be an E2. I guess it'd have to be an E9 on the throw that gets away from Sims.
Yeah, it was not a good throw from Marco. So here is Bush. Lefty versus lefty. Yoakum set. Checks the runner at second. That's Jimenez. The pitch. Fastball on the inside corner. Called for strike 1. And Marco, yeah, he threw that one, and it was well wide of home plate towards the on-deck circle and in the dirt, and Sims tried to dig it out, but it just popped away from him. It was good base running by Mingus to recognize that and hustle home. A swing and a foul, and it's 0-2. So Jimenez picks up his second RBI of the day. That's number 8 on the year. The Wolverines just unable to put up a 0 on the board to keep this lead from getting out of control. 11-7, New Mexico State beating Utah Valley. The 2-strike pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. Wow, that was a good-looking pitch. That was either a curveball or a changeup at 70 miles an hour.
Up next for the Aggies, number 16.
It's the second strikeout for Yoakum in relief. 2 down. Daniel Head will be the batter. He is 0 for 3. Yoakum checks on the runner at second. Now comes home. Line drive. Base hit into center field. Rounding third and scoring is Jimenez. Head with his first base hit of the day. He picks up RBI number 3 on the year. And that's going to do it for Cole Yoakum. 12-7, the Aggies leading Utah Valley.
Now pitching for the Wolverines, number 30, right-hander
Ray, making his 15th appearance, has 1 save. He's gone 15 innings, allowed 22 hits, 15 runs all earned, 8 walks and 11 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .355 off the right-hander, who will come in and get the top of the lineup with Joey Ortiz leading off. And really the biggest thing that Carrillo could do here is just get that first out and get your offense back up in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, you're just trying to keep your ball club within a reasonable amount of runs. I mean, it's 12-7. Anything more, it's going to be really tough for Utah Valley to come back in this one. The last time we saw Carrillo, it was last weekend against Chicago State. Overall, he pitched in 2 games. He went 1 2/3, did not give up a run. He's been really good. Carrillo is a real bright spot this season for Utah Valley. The freshman, it has a bright future ahead of him. Wolverine fans, that's something that they're really looking forward to see how good he can really be. Because as a freshman, he's been great. Coming on in the second half of this season. First pitch, breaking ball, misses high and wide to Ortiz, ball 1.
And when you look at some of the situations that he's been put in, he's came in some tough spots to face some tough hitters, and so he's one, Jordan, where I don't feel like his line score for the year really, his stat line I should say, indicates how well he's really pitched.
The 1-0 coming to Ortiz. A curveball misses low and away, and it's 2-0. Carrillo not a hard thrower. Couple of breaking balls to begin this at bat. Ortiz 1 for 4. He knocked a single into right field back in the second inning and scored a run. 1 man on, 2 men out. 12-7, New Mexico State. We're in the 6th inning. The pitch, a fastball swung on and hammered deep to right. Marco going back on the track. He makes the grab as he stumbles just to the left of the foul pole, and the inning's over. So Ortiz hits one deep to right, but Marco puts it away. However, New Mexico State plates 3 on 3 hits. They leave a man stranded. On to the last of the 6th inning. Work to do for Utah Valley. They trail New Mexico State 12-7.
They got 15 seconds to drink as much soda as they can. Winner gets $10 to Pizza Pie Cafe. All right, guys, ready? Got 3, 2, 1, go. All right, fans, let's hear it. Chug, 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 chug. 5. Whoa. All right, let's check it.
Heart of the order coming up for Utah Valley. They need to get something going, trailing 12-7 in the last of the 6th inning. Beltran, Eastburn, and Marco due up. Beltran is red hot at the plate. 3 for 3 today. The pitch to him. Fastball misses down and away. The right-hander, Justin Schubert, back out on the mound. Beltran in this series is 6 for 9. The 1-0. Fastball misses up and in at 88 miles an hour. 2 balls and no strikes. Beltran has raised his average to 348 this season. Trying to set the table. From the windup, Schubert throws. A swing and a high foul down the left field line. This is the first time that Beltran has faced Schubert, who came in last inning. He gave up 1 run. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses high and away, and now it's 3-1. Beltran has 1 home run this season. The 3-1. Fastball inside, ball 4. And Schubert did the one thing he did not want to do. He walked the leadoff man with a 5-run lead. So here's Eastburn, a left-handed batter. He's had a nice day at the plate. 1 for 2 with a walk. He hasn't hit the ball extremely hard, but he hit it hard enough back in the 4th inning to the first baseman Peterson. It caromed off his glove. It was a infield base hit. The pitch to Eastburn. A fastball catches the outside corner. Called for strike 1. Eastburn out of the Los Angeles area, Torrance, California. A slightly open stance. He has been a real jolt for the Wolverines since coming back from an injury. He takes a big cut here and swings and misses at a breaking ball. And it's 0-2. Eastburn hitting .345 on the year. 84 at bats. Marco is on deck. A man on, nobody out. The 2-strike pitch. A fastball misses outside, and it's 1-2. That's a good 0-2 from Schubert. Off the plate. A good take from Eastburn, though. It wasn't all that far off the plate. We've seen John Flanagan give the outside corner maybe an inch off the outside today. 1-2 swung on. Chopper, a big chopper up the middle. It's going to be fielded by Ortiz, cutting across. The shortstop throws to first. Not in time. Well, I don't know what the grounds crew did before the ball game, but they packed that dirt down in front of home plate. That thing is playing like concrete. We have seen some high choppers out in front of home plate today, and that's an infield base hit for Eastburn. That ball was absolutely just pounded out in front of home plate, and that went high up in the air, so high that really Ortiz, making a nice defensive play behind second base, just didn't have a play at first. So 2 men on, nobody out. Marco will dig in. He has 2 RBIs today. He just missed a home run back in the 4th inning. Hit it to the wall. The pitch to him. Fastball down low, just below the knees. Good-looking pitch from Schubert. Ball 1. The Wolverines are playing some dead ball era-esque small ball today. Just tomahawking pitches. Hitting him off that hard dirt in front of home plate. Here's a swing and a foul back. A breaking ball, and it's 1-1 to Marco. 12-7, New Mexico State leading in the 6th inning. This game is 2 hours and 40 minutes old. A lot of runs. A lot of pitchers. The 1-1 coming to Marco. Schubert set. The kick He comes home, and a fastball misses way outside, and it's 2-1. Marco mentioned those two RBIs. He singled a run in the first. 3 RBIs, I beg your pardon. Hit into a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. Picked up an RBI and had the sacrifice fly in the 4th. Has an RBI opportunity here. The 2-1 pitch coming. Here it is, a fastball up high, and it's 3-1. Schubert just needs to throw strikes. He has a 5-run lead. There is a left-hander getting loose in the bullpen for New Mexico State. Schubert steps off, looks to Gonzalez at second, who puts on a variety of signs that I believe will change the sequence of signs that Bush will now put between his legs. The 3-1 coming to Marco. Let's see if he can drive one. A swing and a foul back. He got a fastball, but did not square it up. 3-2. Well, Beltran has good speed at second base. 3-2. You could possibly put him in motion. It would be a risky move. Down 12-7 though. He stays put. The pitch and a fastball misses up and in. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Pace and Hayes. Man, both clubs have just killed themselves with self-inflicted wounds. And here comes the pitching coach for New Mexico State, Anthony Claggett.
2 wild pitches and 3 hit batters in those 15 innings. So be interesting to see what he does here. He's going to give Payson Hayes, who will see what he can do against the left-handed pitching. Payson struggled this year, especially when facing left-handed pitching.
Indeed he has. He's just 1 for 8 against lefties. The Wolverines with a big opportunity to get back in this ballgame. They trail 12-7. Bases loaded, nobody out. Edwards, the left-hander, set. The pitch to Hayes. Fastball misses down low, ball 1. Good take by Hayes. Hayes at times has had trouble falling behind in counts. It's always tough to hit with 2 strikes. Right here he's 1-0. Hayes reached base back in the 3rd inning. He walked. Eventually came around to score. He's also struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. The 1-0 pitch to him. Fastball high and away for ball 2.
And it seems to be, at least in my mind anyway, if you're more of a power hitter, it's more important that you get ahead in the count, because power hitters tend to strike out more because they're taking much more. The swings are just a lot more quick and a lot more force behind them. Once you start getting going, it's harder to hold up.
2-0 here. Let's see if he has the green light. Fastball misses high. 90 miles an hour. 3-0. So we'll never know, and he'll almost certainly be taking all the way here. So Edwards, Brian, you mentioned, has had control issues this season, and so it's interesting that Brian Green decided to make the change with the bases loaded, and Edwards needs to come home here. Or come in, rather. Bases loaded, nobody out. 3-0 the count to Hayes. Here it comes. And he pours in a fastball for a strike. So here, Hayes can look to let out some shaft. Hayes with 5 home runs on the year. The 3-1 pitch from Edwards. A swing and a miss. A fastball that Hayes waves at. Now the count is full. Marco is at first base. He walked. Eastburn is at second. He singled. And Beltran is at third. He led this inning off with a base on balls. 3-2 pitch from Edwards. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. Hayes pounds the dirt with his bat, frustrated. There's one away. So a nice job by Edwards battling back after falling behind 3-0. And Hayes just could not catch up to that fastball. That was center cut. So here's Matson. Bases loaded. 1 out. Matson has reached base twice today. Fastball misses way outside, not close, and it's 1-0. Matson reached on an error and scored a run in the 5th. He reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run in the 3rd. Bounced out in the 1st. He's 0 for 1. Matson, the hero from last night's game, hit a home run to tie it, then hit a walk-off single to end it. The 1-0. A swing and a miss out in front of the breaking ball. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. It was Matson's first collegiate home run. And it just got out of here over the right field wall. Looking to put the Wolverines back into this game. They trail by 5 runs. There's a liner into center field. That's going to fall in front of Ennis. He misplayed it. Coming in to score is Beltran. They throw into second. Safely sliding in is Marco, and it's 12-8. Ennis broke back on that ball initially. It was a little liner, and that ultimately cost him. If he comes in right away, he makes that catch. Instead, it falls for a base hit. Matson with an RBI single. Bases still loaded, just 1 out. The Wolverines catch a break, but good things happen when you put the ball in play. Here is Polson. Nice job by Mick.
And right there, Jordan, Utah Valley may have gotten the run home, but Ennis, all of his momentum's coming home, and so he would have potentially been able to make a really good throw because of that momentum coming already to the plate.
That's a great point. As a ball misses away, 1-0. That initial kind of freeze and breaking back on that ball absolutely changed everything. So here, Polson looking for a big base hit. He had one back into the 3rd. A 2 RBI single with 2 outs. The pitch to him here is a fastball that misses high and away, not close. 2 balls and no strikes. So once again, Edwards falls behind. Polson represents the tying run. 12-8, New Mexico State leading. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 6th. The left-hander on the mound comes set. Here's the pitch, and a fastball catches that outside corner. And the count is 2-1. Matson at first. Marco at second. Eastburn at third. Edwards taking his time. Now he's ready to go. The 2-1 is swung on, grounded through the right side, a base hit. 1 run comes in to score. Here comes Marco digging around third. He will be held up by Dave Carter. But an RBI single for Polson. Through the right side, it is 12-9. The bases are still loaded. And Sims will come to the plate. A righty getting warm in that New Mexico State bullpen. Utah Valley, nothing special, just base hits.
And Utah Valley as a team, Jordan, only hitting .252 against left-handed pitching this year, and we've seen it before where the Wolverines have struggled against that left-handed pitching. Here they're coming through once again with some of those timely base hits.
Here is Sims. Bases loaded. The pitch to him. A fastball that's a changeup. A belt high strike, and it's 0-1. Edwards peering in. He has struggled after striking out the first man he faced in this inning. The 1-strike offering in there for a called strike 2, knee high at 90 miles an hour. And Edwards gets ahead of Sims.
Wyatt Kelly, the right-hander, starting to throw for New Mexico State. We saw Kelly, I believe, in last night's ball game.
Drew Sims is 1 for 1 today with an RBI. He's been hit by a pitch and walked as well. 0-2. Breaking ball misses outside. Ball 1, 1-2 the count.
So we'll see here with the bases loaded what Drew Sims can do. Down to the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Edwards set at the belt. The pitch to Sims. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. He foul tipped it rather into the glove of Bush, and they're 2 down. A breaking ball
The Wolverines, number 6, second
from
baseman
Edwards,
Cody
and there
Hall.
are 2 out, and here comes Cody Hall.
So Hall will stand at the plate here with 2 outs. A final score to pass along to you. Grand Canyon's just beaten Seattle. And Cody Hall will stand in here with 2 outs. Bases full as the left-hander Edwards will get ready to go to work.
Edwards peering in. The first pitch to Hall is a fastball in there for a called strike. Ba- Oh and 1. Here it comes. A breaking ball floats up there for a called strike 2. Bases loaded, 12-9. Aggies leading the Wolverines. 2 men out. Edwards peers in. The pitch to Hall. A swing and a ground ball to third. Backhanded by Mingus. He throws low to first. Dug out on 2 hops to get Hall to end the inning. Oh, my. A terrible throw by Mingus, but it was almost like he was throwing from right field to bounce one twice to get to home plate, and the Wolverines leave the bases loaded. The Wolverines get 2 back, though. The Aggies lead 12-9 as we head to the 7th inning on GoUVU.com.
Tucano's Brazilian Grill. Visit our new location at University Place on the corner of State and Parkway here in Orem. Tucano's, escape the ordinary. From accommodation to location, all of the elements come together brilliantly at Provo Marriott Hotel and Conference Center. Meet at the Marriott, where all the excitement happens. Sports medicine is not only for professional athletes, but for athletes of all ages, activities, and abilities. In Intermountain Healthcare, Utah Valley Sports Medicine, helping people live that
12-9, New Mexico State leading Utah Valley. Romeo Carrillo back out on the mound. He will face the heart of this Aggie order, Gonzalez, Carranza, and Peterson. And it is my great pleasure to hand the play-by-play over to Ryan Pickens.
Thank you, Jordan, as Nick Gonzalez stands in the box here. As the 12-9 lead for New Mexico State, the Aggies will look to try to see if they can add to their lead here. And the first pitch misses low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes the count. The 7th inning has been fairly good for this New Mexico State ball club. They came into the week outscoring opponents 46-26 in the 7th inning. That does not include the 8-run 7th inning they had in our game on Friday night, as Gonzalez sends one foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That 8-run 7th inning really opened it up. Slow breaking ball. This one gets in there for a strike and moves the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gonzalez. Ready to go. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High above the belt for a ball, and the count moves. Looks like it's actually 3-1 here on Gonzalez. 3 balls and a strike on Nick Gonzalez, so a good hitter's count here. Gonzalez has been hit by a pitch, walked, singled, and there he'll have his second single of the ball game, right up the middle into center field. And that will bring up Tristan Carranza. Carranza hit a 3-run homer back in the 2nd inning that really just opened up the ball game. In that 4-run 2nd inning, at the time, gave New Mexico State a 5 4-0 lead. As Romeo Carrillo goes back to work here. Working from the stretch with Nick Gonzalez over at first base. Being held on by Payson Hayes in the pitch. Fastball stays just below the letters for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. New Mexico State trying to keep pace with both Sacramento State and UTRGV. Both those schools winning today. A win for New Mexico State keeps them in that second place tie. There's a check swing. It's going to miss inside for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes right here. The Aggies right now in a tie with UTRGV. Came into today 10-4. 1 game back Sacramento State. So I guess for the time being, New Mexico State technically is all by themselves in third because they'd be a half game back pending the result of this one. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch on its way. Carranza sends it foul, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cole Hostert beginning to throw down for the Wolverines in the bullpen. Carrillo working still out for the Wolverines. The Wolverines started Walker Ramsey, then went to Cole Yoakum, and now is with Romeo Carrillo. 2 balls and a strike, the count on Tristan Carranza. And the 2-1 pitch on its way, swung on and missed. Carranza took a big cut there and came up empty, and it evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Carranza. Top of the 7th, a 12-9 lead for New Mexico State. Infield back for the Wolverines here with nobody out. Ready to go. Carrillo looks over at first. Checking the runner, making sure Gonzalez, who's kind of inching towards second base, and the pitch. Fastball is going to be a high chopper, and that one's going to be deep in the hole. Howell's going to cut it off, trying to go to second, but won't be in time. And runners will be on first and second here for New Mexico State. And there once again is where we see that another high chopper just hit straight into the ground and just took a big hop right out in front of home plate. And here is Tristan Peterson. Peterson's been aboard all 4 of his plate appearances. 3 singles and a walk, has come around to score a pair of runs. Carrillo ready to go here, working from the stretch with nobody out. New Mexico State 12 runs on 11 hits and 1 error defensively here this afternoon. And the pitch to Peterson on its way, checks his swing, but it's a called strike on the inside corner. No balls and a strike here on Peterson. Ready to go here with runners on at first and second. Ready to go, Carrillo. Looking in right now, trying to get the sign from Drew Sims. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Carrillo winds and delivers that one right on the outside corner. This one in there for strike 2, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes here. That Grand Canyon win puts the Lopes at 8-7 in conference play. Utah Valley trying to keep pace. Currently 1 game back Grand Canyon. Trying to keep pace. A Utah Valley loss, and they would be 2 back GCU. They would still be ahead of Chicago State by a game after the Cougars dropped a game to Sacramento State. No balls and 2 strikes the count, and the pitch on its way. Peterson sends it foul, and we'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes the count here on Tristan Peterson. As the next month or so of the season will go by really quick before we get to the WAC tournament, which will start on May 22nd down in Mesa. Utah Valley still with about 12 conference games left. And for the most part, you still have to play California Baptist and UTRGV. They're both up in the top 4 in the conference. Peterson checks his swing. They'll appeal the first. He did not go, says first base umpire Dwayne Finley. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Peterson. Runners on at first and second here for New Mexico State. Nick Gonzalez out at second. Tristan Carranza running over at first base. The hitter will be Tristan Peterson. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here. Peterson on the year, hitting .395. Boy, if he gets up above 400, that would put 3 New Mexico State Aggies in their regular starting lineup hitting .400 or more on the season. Just the amount of offense that's been coming out of Las Cruces. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Ready to go on the mound, Carrillo ready to come home, and the pitch. Swung out and miss. Strike 3. Tristan Peterson went after the high breaking pitch there and swings through it, and there's 1 gone here in the 7th. That is the first strikeout from Carrillo, and that will bring up center fielder Logan Ennis. Ennis has been hit by a pitch twice, walked, and then struck out in his last at-bat against Cole Yoakum. With 1 away, standing in, ready to go, is Ennis, and Carrillo comes in. The pitch blocked in the dirt. Nice job by Drew Sims, keeping that one in front of him. 1 ball and no strikes. A high cloud cover today in Orem. The sun out right now, however, as we play the final game of this 3-game series. Play again on Tuesday night. Here is 6 p.m. first pitch in Orem. The Utah Utes coming in from the Pac-12. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and there's a strike right on the outside corner. And the count evens up. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Logan Ennis. Runners on at first and second with 1 gone. Top of the 7th inning, a 12-9 lead here for New Mexico State. And the Aggies threatening again here to add to their lead. The Wolverines have slowly chipped away, but have been playing from behind since the 2nd. Here's the 1-1 pitch on its way. A slow curveball. Ennis grounds that one through the left side for a base hit. Carranza's going to hit third base, and Gonzalez, will hit third base and stop. And New Mexico State has loaded the bases here in the 7th inning. And Eric Mingus, the third baseman, will be the hitter. Mingus has scored twice, has been walked, singled, flown out, and been hit by a pitch. Hostert still throwing in the Wolverine bullpen. And a big out coming here. If you're Romeo Carrillo, you really need to get this out here. You'd like to get out of the inning with no runs across the board. You get into the late innings and it gets hard to make up runs. Ready to go from the stretch, the pitch on its way, and Mingus there offers at it for strike 1. It snowballs and a strike. No appeal needed there. Home plate umpire John Flanagan saying you went. And snowballs and a strike on Mingus. Mingus, a 5'8" senior from Centennial, Colorado. Started his collegiate career at Iowa Western Community College. Utah Valley's gotten a couple of players from Iowa Western over the past couple of years. The 0-1 pitch misses outside for a ball and evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. You have to go back, I think, to not last year, but the year before is the year that really sticks out in my mind. The 1 ball, 1 strike count here on Mingus. Ready to go from the stretch. And the pitch on its way low and inside with the changeup. And the count moves to 2-1 on Eric Mingus. Utah Valley there trying to go into that lower half and try to see if he would just maybe hit a ground ball straight into the ground and maybe roll over one to the shortstop or third baseman. 2 balls and a strike. Carrillo ready to go on the 2-1. Another curveball. He hits foul over towards the bullpen. Paxton Schultz down there helping out, making sure the pitcher and catcher in the bullpen remain alert. And 2 balls and 2 strikes the count here. Drew Sims will go out and have a quick word here for the Wolverines with Carrillo. Utah Valley, we talked about they'll be at home Tuesday night for Utah. Next week they'll go to CSU Bakersfield. And then the following weekend they'll go to California Baptist. Then they'll come home for Sacramento State for 3, and then Washington State for a Tuesday night contest. The 2-2 pitch on its way. Low, blocked by Sims, ball 3, and the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Then it's off down to Texas to take on UTRGV. And then I would imagine from there, potentially, we'll have to wait and see how everything shakes out, but potential for an opportunity to go to the WAC tournament. The top 6 teams in the conference make the conference tournament there in Mesa. The 3-2 pitch on its way to Mingus. He grounds this one to short. Howell up with it. Goes to Hall for 1. A quick turn to first in time for the inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. Just what Utah Valley needed in the top half. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Right now, 12-9 lead for New Mexico State. This is Utah Valley Baseball on the WAC Digital Network and GoUVU.com.
In the top of the 7th for the Aggies, no runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet, it's time for the 7th inning stretch and take me out to the ball game.
Orem, top of the Utah Valley lineup, Trevor Howell, Michael Beltran, and Ryan Eastburn coming up as Andrew Edwards will come out to start the 7th inning. Edwards came in to get the 3 outs needed in the 6th inning when Utah Valley had loaded the bases. The Wolverines were able to push 2 runs across the board, but still looking here to push through a couple more and chip away at that three-run Aggie lead. And the first pitch to Trevor Howell, a fastball that misses high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Howell with a pair of hits back in the first and in the third. 2 for 4 on the afternoon. And the 1-0 pitch from Edwards is fouled back to the screen, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike on Trevor Howell. Michael Beltran on deck has reached base in all 4 of his plate appearances. And then Ryan Eastburn is 2 for 3 with a walk, and so he's been aboard 3 times this afternoon, which bodes well for the Wolverines trying to get something going here in the 7th. Edwards ready to go on the mound. He will kick, wind, and deliver the 1-1 pitch, and that one low and outside, ball 2. It's 2 balls and a strike. They count on Trevor Howell. Infield back here for the Aggies to start the 7th. I guess Eric Mingus playing about even with the bag at third base. The 2-1 pitch to Howell. He's going to line this one to short. Coming up with it, Ortiz on the outfield grass. Throws low to first base, and the throw is not picked out of the dirt at first by Tristan Peterson. Trevor Howell is aboard, and that's going to go down as an error. And I believe it's going to be an E6 on the throw from Ortiz. And Howell is aboard to start the 7th inning. So the tying run now in the on-deck circle. Here's Michael Beltran for the Wolverines as New Mexico State will get a right-hander warming up. I think that may be Keaton Graff warming up down there, number 33. Nobody out and Beltran at the plate. 3 singles for Michael on the day, including a walk back in the 6th. And the first pitch there, nice job by Bush to kind of pull that one back over on the corner for a strike. And it's no balls and a strike on Michael Beltran. Edwards ready to go from the stretch. Checks the runner at first and comes home. The pitch, again, another fastball, misses off the plate for a ball. And the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. That's not Keaton Graff. That is still Wyatt Kelly, the senior, throwing in the New Mexico State bullpen. The 1-1 pitch, Edwards ready to go. Again, taking another long look at Howell. Beltran fouls this one back. And it'll be 1-2 on Michael Beltran. It's an important part of the Utah Valley lineup. just to try to get something going to see here if they can make this one even more interesting. It would be a big series win if Utah Valley could pull it out. Get their conference record to 7-8. Be pretty close to 500 as Beltran makes contact but fouls it away. And that would put them in a good position going to CSU Bakersfield next week to see what they could do against the runners out there and see if they could find a way to get it done. There, if they could win a series there in Central California, boy, that could then really kind of change the postseason outlook for the Wolverines. The 1-2 pitch, a curveball that misses outside for a ball, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Michael Beltran. Running over at first base is Trevor Howell, being held on by Tristan Peterson over at first. Andrew Edwards, the left-hander, comes set on the mound and kicks and delivers another breaking pitch outside and for a ball, and the count now goes full to Michael Beltran. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Beltran. Trevor Howell running over at first base. We'll see here if Howell is looking to take off here with the pitch. Edwards from the stretch. And the 3-2 pitch on its way home. Low and outside, ball 4. And runners on at first and second here for Utah Valley. The tying run now coming to the plate in Ryan Eastburn. Eastburn has 2 hits in the ball game, a single in the 6th and a single in the 4th, but has reached base also in the 3rd on a walk. So Eastburn will stand in here. Lefty versus lefty matchup. The lone left-handed hitter in this Utah Valley lineup is Ryan Eastburn. Ready to go here. Eastburn stands in with that slightly open stance. And the first pitch, Eastburn shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike on the outside corner. And snowballs and a strike on Ryan Eastburn. We've seen that outside corner, that similar pitch right there has been called especially against left-handed hitters on that outside corner. Edwards looking in, gets the sign, ready to go here. The runner's not being held on the base paths. So breeze begins to pick up here at the ballpark. The 0-1 pitch, and Eastburn takes the curveball away for a ball, and the count moves to 1-1. It's in a good hitter's count right here for Ryan Eastburn to see what he can do. Trevor Howell, the runner out at second base. Over at first base is Michael Beltran. Andrew Edwards, the left-hander, ready to go on the mound. And the 1-1 pitch about ready to come home. Eastburn swings through it. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Ryan Eastburn. Alexander Marco in the on-deck circle for Utah Valley. And we'll see when New Mexico State decides. The Andrew Edwards has faced everybody but Eastburn and then also Alexander Marco. And then you go the second time through the order. And we'll see if that's when head coach of New Mexico State, Brian Green, may decide to go to the bullpen. Eastburn makes contact. A late defensive swing there and sends it foul. And we'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Ryan Eastburn. Wyatt Kelly came in, I think, in last night's ball game. And he went 1 2/3, gave up 2 hits, no runs, struck out 3. So not a bad line. And he came in at a time when Utah Valley was having some offensive success and really just kind of closed the door. Only faced 7 hitters, though. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Edwards comes in, and that one missing off the plate for a ball. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A 12-9 lead right now for the New Mexico State Aggies. Rubber match of this 3-game series. New Mexico State winning Friday night 14-0. Utah Valley coming back and winning in walk-off fashion last night 10-9. Here's the 2-2 pitch on its way to Eastburn. He Again, another high chopper to short. They're going to tag out Beltran. They'll throw it to first to double off Eastburn. And a 4-3 double play will quickly race two of the base runners there as Beltran is retired along with Eastburn. Trevor Howell does move up to third. And here is Alexander Marco. So now the threat kind of removed, so to speak, at least a potential for the big inning off the double play. And once again, we saw just a big high infield chopper. A nice play by Nick Gonzalez just to tag the runner instead of throwing to short to Ortiz, just able to tag the runner and then make a quick throw over to get Eastburn. Alexander Marco, a pair of RBIs in the ballgame. A single back in the first, has scored a run, walked as well. And the first pitch to Marco. Fastball misses outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Alexander Marco. Marco hitting .331 on the year. 6 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Ready to go. Andrew Edwards on the mound. The left-hander takes a long look in, comes home, and Marco grounds this one to first. Scooped up by the first baseman Peterson, who wins the foot race, and the 7th inning comes to an end. We head to the 8th here in Orem, New Mexico State 12, Utah Valley 9. It's Utah Valley Baseball on GoUVU.com and the WAC Digital Network.
One error, 1 left on base. After 7 complete, New Mexico State 12, Utah Valley.
Embroidery and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com. It will be Kevin Jimenez, Jason Bush, and Daniel Head. 7, 8, 9 coming up. And with the play-by-play is Jordan Benucci.
Carrillo from the windup. The pitch, a swing and a base hit into center or into right field. First pitch swinging, Jimenez, and he's aboard. That is his second hit this afternoon. He has a couple RBIs as well, so New Mexico State right back at it. They loaded the bases in the 7th inning with just 1 out, but were unable to score. The Wolverines then in the last half of the 7th put 2 men on with nobody out, but they were unable to score as well. So Carrillo into his stretch. Here is Bush. The pitch to him, he squares around a bunt and bunts it out in front of home plate. Sims barehands it, goes to first, and there's 1 down, but Bush does his job, a sacrifice bunt as Jimenez takes second. This has not been a real clean series defensively. That was a nice play there by Sims, but 2 errors for both clubs today. 1 out with Jimenez at second. Here is Daniel Head. And we have Sims, there may be an issue with his right hand, as one of the trainers is going to come out, and now Eric Matson will come out and talk to Sims. He's showing him his right hand, and I don't know what happened there.
Well, we've seen that Drew Sims this year. I don't know if he's trying to play through an injury or not, but we've seen this a couple of times from Drew Sims this year, and days where sometimes in that midweek ball game he's not in there catching. And
that's fairly normal, getting some guys some experience and getting Sims some rest. But, and he's not in or doesn't appear to be in a great amount of pain. But Eric Matson just talking to him and Sims showing him the right hand. So we'll see if Sims stays in this ball game. 12-9, New Mexico State leading here in the 8th, and now one of the trainers for Utah Valley is going to come out, and I think they're just going to retape a finger, it looks like. We saw this yesterday, or last night rather, where Sims needed something attended to on his right hand, and I do think they're just retaping something. So Head will come up. He has singled in a run in this game. He is 1 for 4. On the out-of-town scoreboard, a final in Phoenix. GCU beats Seattle 5-4 in 10 innings. Bakersfield leading Northern Colorado 11-4. That game in the 5th inning. The rest are finals as well. 10-1, Sac State beat Chicago State. They'll remain in first place in the conference. UT Rio Grande Valley beat California Baptist 7-3. As Sims takes a couple throws with Carrillo to make sure that his hand is okay, and it is, and we're good to go. Head 5'11", 195 out of Granite Falls, Washington. A transfer from Everett Community College. From the stretch, Carrillo just trying to keep this a 3-run game. 1 out, a man at second base. The pitch to the right-handed hitter. Fastball in there for a called strike at the knees. Cole Hostert continues to warm up down in the Utah Valley bullpen. Carrillo came on in the 6th inning. He has not given up a run. Got into a bases-loaded jam last inning, but got a ground ball and a double play to get out of it. 0-1 here to the Aggie right fielder, the pitch. And a ball misses down and away, and the count is even at 1-1. The wind has begun to gust in from right field. In fact, it's almost shifted, blowing from right to left. On a sunny, warm day in Orem. This, of course, the final game of this series. Utah Valley will be back here on Tuesday night to take on Utah. A curveball swung on, chopped to third. Matson looks back the runner to second. He throws to first to get the out, and there are 2 down. Now to the top of the order, Joey Ortiz.
Now batting for New Mexico State.
Ortiz has a single and a run scored, part of a 4-run Aggie second inning. The Aggies have put up 4 runs in 2 separate innings today. The second and the fourth. They put up 3 in the 6th. They lead 12-9. 1 man on, 2 men out. Ortiz 1 for 5 today. He was the first man Carrillo faced back in the 6th. The pitch. Curveball swung on and driven into deep center field. Going back is Beltran. He will make the grab well short of the track, and the inning is over. Romeo Carrillo has done a very nice job in 3, innings of relief. We'll take a break. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Utah Valley trailing New Mexico State 12-9.
Left on base.
All right, fans, I got Easton here. He's going to do the name that thing against Mike. And he has to name as many animals as he can in 15 seconds. All right, ready?
Zebra, monkey, cat, dog, lion, tiger, beaver, fish.
Thumbs up, you got folks. Give him a round of applause. Let's check the scoreboard and see what Mike did.
Yes. Anteater, dog, cat, panda, giraffe, elephant, lizard, fish, shark, stingray, beaver.
All right, fans, give it up for Easton. He beat Michael by one animal. Good job, buddy.
New pitchers on for New Mexico State here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It is Wyatt Kelly. We saw Kelly, of course, in last night's ball game for New Mexico State. On the year, Wyatt Kelly is 2-0 with a 4.74 ERA. Making his 16th appearance. He's got 19 innings, allowed 19 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned, 6 walks, and 17 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .260 off the right-hander, who's going to come in to face 5, 6, and 7, Hayes, Madsen, and Polson here for the Wolverines.
Utah Valley needs some base runners. They had a few base runners, like 2 of them last inning, but they were unable to drive them home. Last night, Kelly pitched well. He pitched in 2 frames. He did face Hayes. I take that back.
Leading off the Wolverines.
He
24,
did not
first baseman Payson Hayes.
face Hayes. So these two seeing each other for the first time. Payson Hayes today at the plate. has 3 strikeouts. He's also walked and scored a run. First pitch to him. Fastball misses up and in, ball 1. Working from the stretch with the bases empty. The 1-0, a swing and a looping liner down the left field line. Fair ball. That's going to roll to the corner and stop right at the wall. Carranza will dig it out. Hayes will ease into second with a leadoff double. So Hayes gets aboard. His first hit of the afternoon. And here comes Mick Matson.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 7, third base.
Last night, Wyatt Kelly went 1 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs. Struck out 3 Wolverines. He did not face Matson. A man on, nobody out. The Wolverines trailing by 3 runs in the 8th inning. See if they can come back again tonight. Or this afternoon, rather. There's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Matson singled in a run back in the 6th inning. His only hit this afternoon. He is 1 for 4, but he has scored 2 runs. He's reached on a fielder's choice and an error. Hayes at second. The 0-1 pitch coming from Kelly. Here it is. A swing and a foul high and off to the right. An off-speed pitch. And it's 0-2 to the right-handed hitter. Matson came into the ballgame batting .284. His lone home run coming last night in the 8th inning. A game-tying opposite field big fly. Kelly has him 0-2 here, though. Hayes with a short lead at second base. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Bush smothering it. 1-2. After Matson, it would be Polson. That wind right now blowing in from right field. I think if Matson hit one deep to right like he did last night, I don't know if it would get out of here. Kelly's set. Checks the runner. The 1-2 pitch. Matson swings and misses at a ball down and in, and he's out. Down on strikes. The first strikeout for Kelly, 1 away. So an unproductive out for Matson, and here is Cade Polson. Polson has had a nice day at the plate. He is 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Couple of singles, 1 through the right side, 1 through the left. Getting into that bottom part of the order for Utah Valley. Hayes with his lead. Kelly, the right-hander, comes home. A fastball or a breaking ball gets away from Bush. Taking third is Hayes. So a costly wild pitch. Now the Wolverines have a runner at third base with just 1 out. Although Polson certainly would be looking for the base hit here with his team trailing by 3 runs in the 8th inning. The infield stays back for New Mexico State, so anything hit by Polson practically should score the run. A swing and a high fly ball down the right field line, foul. Carranza playing medium deep in left field. He's shaded toward left center. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Cade Polson. Polson hitting .250. He's hitting .314 with runners in scoring position, though. A ball misses down and away. 2-1 to him. Drew Sims is on deck. The bottom of the order, for the most part, has been pretty good this afternoon for Utah Valley. Kelly, set. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. A swing and a ground ball up the middle. Base hit. RBI number 4 on the afternoon for Polson. It is 12-10 as Hayes comes in to score. Well, Cade Polson not trying to do too much, and he gets the job done. So now the tying run will come to the plate. Drew Sims, who has 1 home run on the season. Polson at first base, 1 out. Kelly set on top. The pitch to Sims, and a fastball is called for a strike on the outside corner. A pitcher's strike, 0-1. Sims knocked in a run back in the 3rd inning, a 3-run third for Utah Valley. Matthew Munden, the right-hander, as well as Chris Barraza, another right-hander, getting loose in the New Mexico State bullpen. We saw both of them last night. We saw Kelly last night as well. He's ready to go. The 1-strike pitch from him. A swing and a pop, foul, backing out of play. Sims is 1 for 2. He has also been hit by a pitch and walked. Cody Hall is on deck. 12-10 Aggies. The Wolverines have had base runners in this game. In fact, they've not been retired in order once today. Kelly checks on Polson. He has a short lead at first base. The 0-2 pitch to Sims. And a pitch misses off the outside. A slider, and it's 1-2. Sims has to protect. Kelly looking for that ground ball. It could get him out of the inning. Sims could tie it with 1 swing of the bat. The 1-2 pitch coming. Here it is. A swing and a high fly ball into left field. Carranza coming in into his right, just waiting for it. Sunglasses down. He makes the grab, and there are 2 outs. And it'll be up to Cody Hall. Hall does not have a base hit today. He's 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. He hit the ball hard back in the 3rd inning, but right at the pitcher who snared it. A line drive off the bat of Hall. So Polson still at first base. 1 run in this 8th inning. Utah Valley has left 10 men on base this afternoon. Game 3, the rubber game of this series. NMSU took game 1. UVU took game 2. The pitch to Hall. A fastball misses high and away. And right now, Hall, if he can't get a base hit, just like to have a quality at bat and extend this inning any way he can. He does represent the tying run. He does not have a home run on the season. The 1-0 pitch from Kelly. A swing and a looping liner into right center field. Polson will dig for 3rd. Ennis up with it in center. And Cody Hall comes through with a big 2-out single to keep this inning alive. So now the tying run's on base, and the go-ahead run comes to the plate. It is Trevor Howell.
Stepping to the plate for the Wolverines, number 2, the shortstop, Trevor
Howell reached on an error back in the 7th. And we're going to have a pitching change, it looks like, as the pitching coach, Anthony Claggett, comes to the mound. He has not made the signal yet, and now he does. So we will take a break on GoUVU. A new right-hander coming.
New pitcher on for New Mexico State. It'll be number 15, Matthew Munden. We saw Munden in last night's ball game. He's 1-0 with a 5.82 ERA, making appearance number 19. He's gone 17 innings, allowed 18 hits, 11 runs all earned, 15 walks, and 26 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .273 off the right-hander, who inherits 2 base runners and has a hot-hitting Trevor Howell at the plate. So Jordan, a really good opportunity here for Utah Valley to try to see if they can get a run across.
Indeed, it was Munden last night who came in the 8th inning. He came in to get 1 out in the 7th, but it was the right-hander in the 8th who gave up the game-tying home run to Matson. He will face Trevor Howell for the first time, at least this year that we know of. Runners on the corners. The tying run is at first base for Utah Valley. 2 outs. Howell has 2 singles today. He is 2 for 5. He has 1 home run on the year. Came into the ball game batting .245. Munden, the right-hander, out of El Paso. The pitch to Howell. A swing and a high foul off and to the left. 83 miles an hour at the knees from Munden. Well, Hayes doubled to begin this inning. He eventually came around to score on a Polson single. Polson at third, Hall at first. Each of them singled. A ball in the gap would tie the game. The 1-strike pitch to Trevor Howell. Now a throw over to first base. Hall back in diving. He's got to be careful over there. He cannot get picked off. The center fielder, Ennis, is shaded way over toward left center field. Yeah, Hall was picked off, as Ryan reminds me, back in the second inning. The 1-strike pitch coming to Trevor Howell. Fastball misses just outside, maybe a little below the knees, and the count is even at 1-1. Howell came to bat last inning. He grounded to shortstop, and then Ortiz made a throwing error. Eventually, Utah Valley left Howell stranded at third. 2 men on, 2 men out in the 8th. 12-10 Aggies. The 1-1. Howell swings and pops it up. Out into left field. Carranza is under it. He makes the grab, and the inning is over. Utah Valley wastes a couple base hits. They leave 2 stranded. They do get 1 run, though. We head to the 9th. Aggies leading 12-10.
In the bottom of the 8th for the Wolverines, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. After 8 complete, New Mexico State 12, Utah Valley 10. Pepsi, the official soft drink of Utah Valley University. Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi. For a cozy hotel featuring free Wi-Fi and bright-side breakfast, La Quinta is conveniently located just off of I-15 at University Parkway. Wake up on the bright side with every stay at La Quinta. Fans, join the Wolverines here at UCCU Ballpark on Tuesday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. as UVU baseball takes on the University of Utah in a midweek game. For tickets, visit GoUVU.com/tickets or stop by the UCCU Ballpark ticket office.
3 and 4 due up in the Aggie batting order. New Mexico State leading Utah Valley 12-10.
Leading off New Mexico State, number 21, second baseman Nick Gonzalez.
Romeo Carrillo back out for his 3rd inning. Well, technically he's been in there for 4 now. He's thrown 2 1/3, no runs. He's been great. And that hit him. The first pitch comes up and hits Gonzalez in the back. So that's a mistake, obviously, from Carrillo, and there's a runner on. Right back into his stretch he goes.
Next up for the Aggies, number 5, the left fielder Tristan.
Cole Hostert still throwing in the Utah Valley bullpen. I think probably just keeping the arm ready just in case.
So here's Carranza. This is a big inning. Utah Valley needs to keep this a 2-run game if they have a realistic shot of coming back in the bottom half of the 9th. 12-10, the Aggies leading. The pitch, Carranza shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a fastball up high. I think Sims was mad at himself. He couldn't quite get the exchange. He wanted to throw a snap throw down to first base as Gonzalez was off the bag, but couldn't quite get the ball out of the glove. Carranza hit a 3-run home run back in the 2nd inning. his 16th of the year. Now he hits one foul on the left side, and it is 1-1. Gonzalez has stolen 7 bases this season. He's been caught 3 times. Nobody out, a man on. These games have been unbelievably long. Just slugfests, a lot of pitchers. We're almost at 4 hours old. A bunt shown by Carranza. He pulls it back, takes a ball low, 2-1.
And really, we've kind of seen the pace of play be such a big conversation at the minor league and the Major League Baseball level. And you kind of look at it today, this is one of those games where a lot of people would say, hey, what can we do to make it go a little bit quicker? But kind of the nice thing with baseball is you kind of have this no clock, it kind of ends when it ends mentality.
Fastball gets away from Sims all the way back near the Wolverine on deck circle. Taking second is Gonzalez, a wild pitch. So a runner in scoring position, and it is 2-1 to Tristan Carranza. Okay, the score, I had it, 3-1. The scoreboard was incorrect.
That hit actually, I think, hit our home plate umpire too. He's shaken up a little bit after that one.
That is John Flanagan, and he says he's all right. The umpires, just like the catchers, man, they are tough hombres. There is that special relationship between a catcher and the home plate umpire. They got to look out for one another. A man in scoring position, nobody out. The 3-1 pitch to Carranza. Here it comes from Carrillo, a swing and a high foul down the left field line and onto the grassy berm. There's an Easter egg hunt out there before the ball game yesterday. A lot of fun on Easter weekend. Well, we mentioned we'll be back here Tuesday night as the Wolverines take on Utah. The Utes are playing ASU up in Salt Lake City today. In fact, the Utes lead that game 5-2. It's in the bottom of the 8th. The Sun Devils ranked 16th in the nation. Ball in the dirt, and Carrillo walked him, and I think that might do it for Romeo Carrillo. A hit batter and a walk. Here comes Eric Mattson. He has yet to make the signal. And now he does. It'll be Hostert coming in from the...
For the Wolverines, number 44, right-hander Cole Hostert.
On for Utah Valley, it will be number 44, Cole Hostert. Hostert's only appeared in 8 games so far. This is appearance number 9. He's 0-1 with an 8.0 ERA. He's gone 9 innings. Allowed 9 hits, 8 runs all earned. 12 walks and 4 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .273 off the right-hander Hostert, who started his collegiate career at the University of Oregon and then came here to Utah Valley. So it will be interesting. He's going to get the dangerous Tristan Peterson here, Jordan, and you have to try to be careful here with Peterson. One swing of the bat could open this one wide open again.
Indeed, Peterson has singled 3 times. He's 3 for 4 with a walk this afternoon. Right now, Hostert, he's in a tough situation, but he's got to get the job done to keep the Wolverines alive in the bottom of the 9th. The Wolverines have the heart of the order coming up in the last of the 9th, but 2 on, nobody out for the Aggies here. Now he shows bunt, does Peterson, pulls it back and takes a curveball for strike 1. That is something, Ryan, we've seen at the college level. Coaches are not afraid to ask their best hitters to lay down a sacrifice bunt. It's always kind of surprising, even though we've seen it a lot. I guess it shouldn't be. Here is Hayes coming in, playing very shallow to field that bunt. Curveball taken for strike 2. Peterson squared around again, pulled it back. Now he will most likely be swinging away. 2 curveballs right on the black. Good pitches from Hostert.
Well, I think that just lets you know the culture and the environment that Brian Green has put together here is saying, hey, my number 5 hitter who's hit me 15 home runs, I'm going to ask him to do the same things as a leadoff man.
The 2-strike pitch misses high and away. Ball 1. So now he's hitting with 2 strikes. And you can do that when you have a great order, everybody hitting pretty well for New Mexico State. The 1-2 pitch coming to Peterson, a curveball. He throws him on the inside corner, a beauty from Hostert, and there's 1 away. He got the strikeout he was looking for. That is a perfect pitch. So Peterson ultimately takes 3 beautiful curveballs on the inside corner for strikes. 1 down, and here's Ennis. Ennis singled in his last at bat. He's been hit twice today by pitches. Also walked and scored a run. He is 1 for 2 with a strikeout. His 6th plate appearance here. Hostert from the stretch. Checks the runner at second and comes home. Another curveball. This one just off the outside corner for ball 1. Carranza at first, he walked. Gonzalez at second, he was hit by a pitch. Both those runners will be tied to Carrillo as Ennis takes a strike. It's 1-1. Mingus is on deck. 12-10, New Mexico State leading. We're in the top of the 9th. Hostert peers in. Sims drops the sign. Now we're ready to go. The 1-1 pitch. A swing and a chopper. Howell has it. He'll step on second base. Go to first. A double play! And Hostert comes in and gets the job done. Last half of the 9th. Last chance for Utah Valley coming up. It'll be Beltran, Eastburn, and Marco, the heart of the order. Utah Valley trails New Mexico State 12-10.
No errors and 1 left on base.
12-10. The Wolverines need 2 to tie and 3 to go home. Beltran, who is swinging a red-hot bat, will lead things off. He has 3 singles today and 2 walks. He's been on base 5 times. And that is what the Wolverines need, a base runner. Munden back out on the mound. He retired the only man he faced in the 8th inning. Munden and Beltran seeing each other for the first time. The pitch, and a ball misses down and away. Graff, the closer for New Mexico State, is up and ready in the bullpen. Munden, a right-hander working from the stretch with the bases empty. The 1-0 pitch to Beltran. Fastball, down low, ball 2. The Wolverines have out-hit the Aggies 15-13 today. Each team with 2 errors. A 2-run lead for New Mexico State. The 2-0 pitch. And there's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and it's 2-1. Beltran's average up to 348. He's hitting .489 when leading off the inning. Munden set. The pitch. A swing and a fly ball into center field. Going back is Ennis. He will ease under it. And Beltran is retired for the first out. So here's Eastburn. Base is empty. And Beltran retired for the first time this afternoon. Eastburn has a couple of singles. He grounded into a double play back in the 7th. Right-handed pitcher versus left-handed batter. Munden set the pitch. Fastball misses high and wide, ball 1. That wind now gusting in from center field. New Mexico State 2 outs away from winning this series. The pitch to Eastburn. And a ball misses down and away, 2-0. The second consecutive batter that Munden has fallen behind. Marco on deck. Eastburn trying to reach so the Wolverines can bring the tying run to the plate. 2-0 pitch. A swing and a chopper foul on the first base side, and it's 2-1. A fastball from Munden. Ennis, the center fielder, playing over in left center field, so there's a giant gap if Eastburn were to pull the ball. 388 in the right center field gap. The 2-1 pitch coming. Here it is. A swing and a high drive. Deep to right. Head looking up. See ya. A home run for Eastburn, and it's a one-run game. His first homer of the year. So now the Wolverines will indeed bring the tying run to the plate. Well, he got a hold of that one. But that is why New Mexico State, those runs they tacked on are so important. They still lead 12-11. Bush will head out and have a word with Munden. Well, here's Marco, who certainly is capable of blasting one and tying this one up. He has 6 homers on the year. 3 RBIs today. He is 1 for 4. He's also walked. I say 1 for 3. One of those was a sacrifice fly that he hit to the wall in left field. And now we have a mound visit from Anthony Claggett. And we'll see if he's going to stick with Munden or go to Graff in the bullpen.
Really had a ton of save situations this year for New Mexico State. He doesn't even have a save yet this year. We'll see what he can do here as Alexander Marco comes to the plate in a 1-run ball game.
Indeed, but he has kind of been their late inning guy. We saw him last night in the 9th. He tried to keep the game tied, but he could not do it. He did face Marco in the 9th last night, and Marco grounded out. A 4-6 fielder's choice. 12-11. Aggies leading. Base is empty in the 9th. The pitch to Marco. Fastball, belt high on the outside corner, taken for strike 1. Marco, I mentioned 3 RBIs today. Eastburn hit a solo home run in this inning to make it a 1-run game. Marco perhaps trying to tie it here. The 1-strike pitch. A swing and a foul back, and it's quickly 0-2. Graff, 5'10", 190, out of El Paso, Texas. Working from the windup. The 0-2 pitch to Marco. Curveball swung on and missed. And they're 2 away. So Graff strikes out Marco on 3 pitches. So it's up to Payson Hayes. Hayes faced Graff last night and he struck out. (12-11). The Wolverines trailing by a run. 2 outs in the 9th. Graff trying to get the save. He winds and fires. Curveball, a beauty in there at the knees for a called strike. Hayes steps out. Hayes doubled in his last at bat. His only hit on the day is 1 for 4. Swings and misses here, and just like that, it's 0-2. Another breaking ball. The Wolverines down to their final strike. One-run game in the 9th. Base is empty. 0-2 to Hayes. He has to protect. Graff fires. Curveball down in the dirt. Ball 1. Should Hayes reach, it would be Mick Matson. He's the one who had the walk-off single off Graff last night. 1-2 to Hayes. Working quickly. Graff throws. Swing and a high drive to right. Going back into his left, his head in front of the track. He makes the grab. And the ball game is over. Hayes hit it fairly well, but didn't get enough of it. And New Mexico State wins this one 12-11, and they take the series 2-1. We will take a break. on GoUVU. Once again, the final 12-11. The Wolverines drop this one. We'll be back with the final totals after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's final score, New Mexico State 12, Utah Valley 11. Fans, join the Wolverines here at UCCU Ballpark on Tuesday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. as UVU baseball takes on the University of Utah in a midweek game. For tickets, visit GoUVU.com/tickets or stop by the UCCU Ballpark ticket office.
Welcome back to UCCU Ballpark in Orem. I am Jordan Bianucci alongside Ryan Pickens. Welcome into the Wolverine Green post-game show. Utah Valley drops Game 3 by a final of 12-11. Ryan, the Wolverines, again, had chances. They kept it close, but ultimately they left too many guys on base.
Yeah, it kind of gets tough. 12 men left on base. There was 2 double plays that came at really tough times for the Wolverines this afternoon, and those are the kind of things. But Utah Valley had chances, 16 hits, 11 runs. There's just a couple of those times where those 2 big innings really did the Wolverines in tonight. The 4-run second inning and the 4-run fourth really just opened the ball game up. And tonight Utah Valley just dug themselves into too deep of a hole.
Indeed, they did. However, a lot of guys had really nice games. Romeo Carrillo went 2 1/3, no runs. Beltran reached base 5 times. He was 3 for 4, but our Wilkinson's Trophy player of the game is Cade Polson.
Yeah, 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs. One of those great games. One of the things I really liked was that at bat he had before he knocked in the 2 runs. He takes a slider that was a really tough pitch to take, and he takes it for a ball, and then the next pitch he's able to get that base hit through the right side to plate 2 runs. And those are the kind of things you want to build on. Those are the kind of hitting trends, those kind of hitting adjustments you want to see hitters make from their freshman to sophomore to junior year, and Cade Polson is starting to make some of those adjustments.
He is our Wilkinson's Trophy player of the game. With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com. We'll take a look at the final totals. New Mexico State with 12 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors. Utah Valley with 11 runs on 16 hits, 2 errors of their own. Aldo Fernandez gets the win. He improves to 2-2. Walker Ramsey falls to 0-5. Graff picks up his first save of the season in spite of giving up the solo home run in the 9th to Ryan Eastburn. He ultimately shut the door. Utah Valley falls to 9-30 on the season, 6-9 in the WAC. New Mexico State improves to 28-10. They improve to 11-4 as well in WAC play, and they remain in second place, a game behind Sacramento State. Utah Valley still in that 5th place, kind of muddled there near the bottom, trying to work their way into that WAC tournament in May, where the top 6 teams go. The time of the ball game was 4 hours and 10 minutes. The official paid attendance 2,057 on Autism Day at the Ballpark. A beautiful afternoon here for Game 3. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday night, a 6 p.m. first pitch against the University of Utah. The Utes come in. The Wolverines looking to even that season series at 1. We will talk to you then. For my broadcast partner, Ryan Pickens, I'm Jordan Bianucci saying good afternoon from UCCU Ballpark. Utah Valley falls to New Mexico State 12-11.